see anybody except mine and Cap's cameras. Is that correct? Or
I can only see mine and Cap's.
that's
I see Cap, I see me.
So you can only see yourselves and all of your cameras? That's fantastic. I see everyone.
Great.
Oh,
Yeah, you
wait,
got-
there's V.
Oh, I see Atlas now.
We are live, I believe. Yes. I just
And
checked. I don't know what I'm doing.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Dire Bear Adventuring Company. I am, as always, Heath, a.k.a. Captain Sack, a.k.a. the Dire Bear GM. Welcome to Alone in the Void, Episode 7, as we watch Jack get herself set up.
Me losing my goddamn shit already. Okay.
It's okay. We
Why
believe
are
in
we
you.
broadcasting? Broadcast!
Do that.
Our medical officer, unfortunately, will not be joining us tonight. We are very proud of Maddie. She has a podcast that she'll be on tonight, where she'll be discussing such wonderful things as her cosplay and all the work she does in that. Due to some time constraints and things like that, she was going to be unable to join us, but she'll be back. And in the meantime, Nara is going to sit in her office and contemplate life
Me.
and probably drink. No, we all know what she's going to do. She's going to break one of those little plastic packets open, take a deep breath,
Take a whiff, you know.
and then just disappear into her own mind.
I can't see anybody's cam except Atlas and Cap.
Let me try reconnecting, see if that helps. Oh, and I just got Skippy a name.
Wait,
So-
I remember I had to do a thing. I have to drop stream for like 1 second because
Alright,
I
we'll
think
be
I
right back.
opened.
About this, everybody will just connect to everything like normal, and it'll run off of that.
Yeah, I have.
He says for the 100th time.
Yeah, when are you gonna do it, Cap?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. Welcome back as we start to finally get our shiz
One
together. Let's not lie. We'll never have our shiz together. All right. Welcome back, everyone. My name is Heath, a.k.a. Captain Sack, a.k.a. the Dire Bear GM. I am joined tonight by Atlas, who is playing Tane, Jack, who is playing Marilyn, Skippy, who is being played by Jason. We have V, who is playing as Quentin, and Pelka, who is playing as Nain. We are working through some connectivity issues with Dire Bear, or actually with Roll20. It's not even us. If it's not us, for once.
Surprise.
For once, yeah.
There we go. Now we're starting to see people pop up. I have everybody's in front of my screen. Unfortunately, I'm not the one that's holding the broadcast.
Oh, now I see everybody.
Stares at someone intently.
Whoa.
Anyways. Unfortunately, Maddie will not be able to join us tonight, so no medical officer. Nara is in her office contemplating things and probably taking barbiturates out of the
Getting high as
wazoo.
Nobody get hurt. That's what we
That's
hear.
pretty much it.
We have a guest.
And I'll have to,
A
'cause I don't
guest
have to
player.
fake it.
Kitty.
I have a
Oh.
guest.
New
Everybody
medical
needs a
officer?
cat.
Yeah.
Hey, it worked for Ripley in the
Yeah.
Alien.
Right? We have a guest
Although in
player
Aliens-
today, my
In
daughter.
Aliens, where was the cat?
Hiding constantly.
Getting people killed.
I like Jason's eyes. Yeah. Just remember the opening part of Aliens. Where was the cat? That's all I'm asking. Anyways, when last we left, we had found several $1 million worth of nanite technology in the box this time. The mysterious box that at one point in time held guns and drugs, and then just held drugs.
Ooh.
Hell yeah.
The mysterious orb has been experimented on. Yet again. Science was performed upon it.
The orb.
And using the nanites that they found, after several hours of programming and delicate procedure, they were able to make Nain's arm, which already had some movement, function as though it were normal, responding to his commands, turning, flexing, opening.
Legit.
with no delay.
My ping pong career is revived.
And as we closed the scene last week,
It's going to Disneyland.
there was simply a voice that spoke.
All right.
Welcome. Welcome, Science Officer Nane. There are no klaxons. There are no alarms.
Yay.
You're merely you all doing whatever you're doing. And Nane, a new connection with the ship, the likes of which you've never had before, seems to have manifested itself.
I think hello. I don't want to say it out loud.
Hello.
Hello?
It's
They already
me.
think I'm weird enough. I don't need to just start saying hello to the ship in front of them.
Hello, Mr. Ship.
Hello? Is it me you're looking for?
I can see
There
in
is-
your eyes.
As you think the words hello in your head, there is a moment of pause, and then you hear, acclimatization is necessary for comfortable function. Please choose the voice of your styling.
Is there options?
Acclimatization is necessary for comfortable operation. Please choose the voice of your styling.
Oh. I know the...
Choose the Australian girl accent.
No, I
Try
need...
the loud Scottish man.
Fuck.
Just Scotty!
No, there's a... Oh, God, I can't remember. There's a specific... Majel Barrett. That's the one. Majel Barrett voice.
You win. Let's get you Captain.
She's the one who did the Enterprise on all the things. That's the voice I want you to have. Voice.
Request incomplete. Record not found.
AKA, I can't do that fucking voice. I don't know.
Did you see all of that? Here, you.
Request Fargo.
Request incomplete. Please restate your question in another form.
Request Fargo accent. Voice.
He just like plugging shit into Google, hoping something comes up.
Command prompt.
It's just the cursor blinking at you in your head.
Oh my god.
Acclimatization finished, don't you know?
Yes.
Make sure that this is the accent that you want before you finish it. Acclimatization must be completed by accepting the accent that you have chosen.
Alrighty then.
Yes. Accepted.
Request to change at any time can be entered by simply saying acclimatization, please.
Wow.
I both love and hate you, by the way.
I just want to point out, Nate just been like standing in the middle of the room saying all this like without anybody hearing the other side of the conversation?
You're seeing Nane kind of stare off into the distance. He's not saying anything out loud.
Yeah, I specifically was like,
alright.
I don't want to say this out loud.
Gotcha. Okay.
Guys, I think I have to die now. Like I can't sit on my chair. My cat's here.
Haha.
Whoa.
This is no joke. Have you seen the size of Jack's cat? It's huge.
She is, well, both of them, yeah. She's the smaller of the two, but she's still like, oh, big girl.
Oh, she's so fluff.
Oh, she's so fluffy and cute.
Sorry, carry on.
Let's not
I love cats.
consider the fact that we're hurtling through space and I'm considering crises in each one of your heads. Oh, the retribution will be swift and painful.
That's the real death. Okay.
So, how can we help you?
Are you my arm or something else? Oh.
There's no response.
Well, spank my ass.
The arm reaches. No, I'm just kidding.
Captain's order.
Oh my god. Out of character.
Well.
Shit. What are you? What is your function? Arm, voice?
Function listing. I'm here to make sure that the ship runs and to make sure that everyone here and on board is okay. I identify as the USS Praetor.
Aww.
Golly, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Well, hello. Nice to actually meet you, I guess.
Do you have any requests for me, sir?
Play Despacito.
The Marine is jettisoned into space by the ship.
So long, space cowboy.
Just like, I hit the ejection button. Cito!
Cito!
How do I ask the ship what the fuck's going on?
You could start with that and then work.
Yeah. Hey.
Just like that.
Should I call you Praetor or?
Oh, don't you know you can address me however you like, whatever makes you comfortable.
This ship is one of my relatives.
I definitely plan. I wrote it down so I could change the acclimatization every.
God damn you!
Well, show up next week. All right, now Boston.
Oh hell yeah! No, you know what? Sarnass.
Just give me a heads up beforehand, so that way I can like actually practice this stuff.
Give us the blood on the dance floor, boys.
You can only pig squeal.
Oh my god! Oh my god! We've lost it. I'm so sorry. Okay, get it together, guys.
Thanks.
No,
Captain.
no, it's fine. Go ahead.
Go ahead. It's not like I, built the whole world or anything. Okay.
Not like I had any plans. Throws papers. We all know I don't write stuff down on hard copy. It's all digital.
We don't. Yeah.
Whatever those papers were.
Praetor.
Whatever those inconsequential birth certificates or something.
Mm-hmm.
Praetor, what do you know about the? Do you know anything about the orb in the engineering office?
The non-biotic mass that was brought aboard the ship several cycles ago seems to have altered functionality of the USS Praetor. It's a fantastic thing.
It's a fantastic thing?
Well, sure.
But
expanding consciousness on a digital level.
Oh.
Ask it to sing you a song.
Oh.
So hard right now.
Oh, whoa, what's this?
Oh my gosh, you guys. I love you
I just
all.
wanted your computer sing Daisy in that accent.
Is the captain still unconscious on the table?
Yeah, what am I doing?
Not unconscious.
Am I
staring
All
at
right,
the ceiling?
You're laying on the you're laying on the bed. You're finally out of you slipped your catatonic state.
Okay.
Your mind had been wandering with where you were. And the problem is that it's like chasing a dream. The more you think about it, the faster it slips away. You remember being surrounded by this inky blackness. It wasn't like you were in the void itself. It's like it was whatever it was pressing against you. You could move your hands and feet, but only so much. You were cradled. It expanded open and you could see the entirety of the ship laid out before you, like a child's dollhouse, separated into layers. You could see everyone moving about the ship, but nothing you said or did allowed you to communicate with it. There was just a voice that was telling you to calm, relax, remain calm, relax. It was insistent but very robotic in its tone, allowing you no comfort in it. When you thought that everything was just going to be this way forever, you found yourself ejected, your mind reeling with a million thoughts, as though someone dumped the collective information of an entire library in your brain and tried to withdraw it all at the same time. It left you in that catatonic state. And now as you lay here, the only thing you can remember is the enveloping blackness and the robotic voice that kept telling you, relax, remain calm, relax, remain calm.
Oof.
Skippy, Quentin, Tane.
Yeet!
You were not in the medical bay for the procedure,
Yeah, we got pushed out the door.
so where are you?
Out the door!
Awkwardly standing at the door, like, can we back in yet?
We were...
Hello.
Just imagine you all like walking back and forth, pacing, just trying to be like, well, someday.
And why didn't you help them with the... I was over on the bench.
I was over on the bench.
Oh, God.
Fucking love Joel
Okay.
Mulaney. I feel like we should try adding him one of these times because we quote him literally every session we have. There's a different bit.
You can't not though.
I know.
Okay, what are we doing, squad? We're the Power Rangers now. What are we up to?
Alright, so what are you guys doing, the three of you?
I'm following whatever the smart people are doing.
Me too, because I'm definitely not one of those. I'm just... Whew.
Taking a nap. It's fine. You're the smartest of us all. You rested.
I'm rested.
Probably the
Nothing
most sane
smarter
out of
than a good
everyone.
night's sleep.
You're not wrong.
Our medic had figured out last time that people were going into the incinerator.
Yes.
Oh, that's right.
So we still gotta figure out
Oh, I forgot.
we gotta figure out what's going on with the colonists.
Yes.
So my notes about magnets.
How do they work? I don't know about any of this yet, do I?
Oh.
Because I was like comatose.
You were catatonic, you have no
Yeah.
idea.
Y'all should
Could
probably
you-
fill
you
me
was
in
going
out
around.
of character, just saying.
So wait, the captain's with us, right?
Captain is
I know
lying
she's
on
still
the
on the
bed.
table.
Yeah.
She's still on the yeah, on the bed.
Oh, damn it.
Table
Okay.
just reminds me.
Table, sorry, bed.
Yeah.
I keep saying table, thinking.
Can
I
get
have a
blanket?
T-scar on my body, and I just sit up like a mummy.
Well, I was over on the
Just
table.
all at the waist.
Sorry.
Oh God, she's awake. Okay, kill
She's
it.
alive. She's alive.
Okay. Barely.
Barely.
Y'all fill me in, or don't. I mean, that's cool too.
We'd have to go back in.
The captain
Can we?
lurches up in their bed. You're in a separate room. So the way that it works is, and I want to say right now, thank you, huge thank you to Atlas, who has been helping me visualize and realize this thing. We have some good work, and we have some more work to do. But you are in an individualized room.
Mm.
And it is your bed, some medical equipment, a video screen for your viewing of whatever television show. You're not getting anything out here. I'm sorry. You're going to have to catch up on reruns.
Oh God, no!
Never, because
You're never gonna believe what happened on season 87 of Game of Thrones.
Season
we're on season
122 of Supernatural.
296 of Simpsons.
Honestly,
Simpsons Supernatural.
Supernatural will end, I promise.
I want
just-
Super.
It's not even the brothers anymore. It's just like their heads in jars. They're
It-
still fighting demons.
Futurama style.
They're still fighting.
Futurama
end.
style, like head things.
They're all on robotic bodies now.
Yep.
Better
They need
kick-ass
to be the
potential.
final zombie that they kill.
Right.
Shoot each other.
You know what?
That's
That's
good.
a really good idea.
No, that's the thing. That's how you end the cycle.
Yeah.
They have to kill each other.
They have to kill each other.
Yes.
Yes.
One dies or the other dies. One goes to hell or the other goes to hell, but they've never actually tried to kill each other. That's how the show will end.
Dear
Borrow
sister,
that, CW.
dear,
You're
TV
welcome.
channel. Hire us.
I'm a
dear
good
it's gonna
thinker
happen.
person.
Dean will shoot Sam, and then Sam will shoot Dean, and then two demons will come in and shoot both
Be just
of
like,
us will shoot them
they'll
both.
just
then
be
a-
like
and
music
get
as they
shot.
shoot and go
A
to the
chorus
ground.
of
There's
everyone
another
else who
shoot.
died comes in singing "Ooh, what you say."
Dear TV channel, hire us.
I
Yeah.
promise we are a serious gaming channel. We have a lot of fun doing this.
Yeah.
If you've missed out on the previous 6 episodes, trust me, some levity is needed at times. because
Honestly,
I have put
yeah.
them through the ringer. Okay.
Okay, so y'all can get me if you want. I'm gonna sit up, try to.
You can leave the
get
room.
my-
I mean,
No, I would
legs.
never
Yes.
do that. That's stupid. Okay, yeah, I'll leave. I
Okay.
should probably.
So do we
I'm
You
probably
just like see the captain.
see you out in the hall?
Oh,
yeah, looking a little tired and confused, but like
you
whatever.
stumble into the main room where you see Nain standing in the middle of the room, kind of looking pensive, thoughtful, something.
Okay.
You see Nara stands and comes over to you. She checks you over with her medical equipment, and she says, "Okay, you're fine. Are you feeling all right?"
Yes, a lot better. It's been a rough
Well,
bit
you
of time.
had us worried.
I'm sorry. Hopefully, this is just temporary, and I'll be back up to snuff soon.
Let's hope so. Nain, are you all right?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. Arm feels great. Thanks, Doc.
No complaints.
Welcome. I think we should keep you here for observation, though.
Really?
Really?
Can't do science while you're being observed.
You can't do science
What?
while you're being observed. Is that what you said?
He can't do his type of science while he's being observed. Let's keep that in mind.
No witness is much better for this guy.
I can't reveal my secrets.
I felt like you were just called out.
Wow.
No witnesses, says the person who helped me do half of it.
Just add him next time, okay?
Honestly. Okay, observed why?
We just had, oh, that's right. We found some...
Look at my arm.
Technology, and we used it to... Captain, what do you know about a box that isn't on the manifest that's down in the hold? She watches, she slides over to her desk and pushes a button. The comms ring out. Tane, Skippy, Quentin, can you join us in the medical bay?
The door just slides open. We're all already
Yeah, you're like,
he just blows sand in all of your faces.
He's all squished against the door, so it opens all of it.
I excitedly turn and point at my arm as I'm doing complicated waving patterns. Look at this, guys.
Oh, wow.
It's almost like it's a real arm.
I thought Doc was going to wind up Grey Gooey.
What? Say that again, Skippy.
I thought the Doc was going to wind up Grey Gooey.
Oh, God.
You
good, V?
That hurt. I don't know why I didn't expect that.
Do you know anything about a box that isn't on the manifest, Captain?
Yeah, Captain.
Well,
what's up with that, Captain?
What do you mean? What box?
There was a box with nanite stuff, and now it's in my arm.
Rather
to skip to the point.
But yeah, that's exactly it. We found a box that had over $7 million worth of nanite technology in it. And you're the captain. We would expect you to know the manifest of the ship, but this one wasn't on the manifest, so do you care to explain, or do you have any words about this?
Sweats in real life.
Runs.
Well, you see, well,
you need a cigarette.
Yeah. I just, what the fuck? What do I even say?
I'll be right back.
Should I wait? I don't know. Atlas is like not here.
We're waiting.
Okay, yes, I know about it. I don't know what's in it. I didn't know what it contained.
Who authorized it to be brought on the ship?
You did.
Well, I'm the captain, so I had a little cargo of my own, I guess. I was tasked with keeping it safe and not to look inside. So I didn't.
Who tasked you with this?
Looks over.
I help. It's like, I didn't make this background background part. Okay. Just. God, I didn't think I'd be getting the 3rd degree. Okay. Okay. Like, let's just make it completely obvious that I'm reading notes. Well, I don't know who they are specifically. Oh, gods. So, they're part of an organization called Freeland Consortium.
Do I know that name?
Oh, yeah.
Is it a less than legal organization?
Oh, yeah.
Terrorists?
They deal with a lot of different hands and a lot of different pies. They have political ties as well as ties into different labor unions and community outreach programs and things like that. They're not Illuminati where we control everything behind the screen, but they have enough clout and money to quickly restructure things in their favor, or at least make them lean in that direction.
More like an
Having that level of control in a colony prior to it being fully established would only expand their own enterprise.
So just so I'm clear, this is smuggling, right?
Yep, it is smuggling.
Captain, you are aware that smuggling is illegal, right? And that this is a textbook example of smuggling.
Okay, yes, I'm aware, of course. I know the laws, but this wasn't done willingly. A lot of deals like this are made under duress, and this situation is no different. I agreed to help them, and in exchange for the debts my family owed to be forgiven.
Oh, that was what, 100 years ago now? 50 years ago now?
120.
Yeah, we can safely throw them out into space now.
So wait, they want the power. Are they people on the ship?
You don't know.
Are they ahead of us?
Well, there's several.
Are they already dead?
Yeah, this is like number 6, I said. Yeah, this is
How
like.
does the statute of limitations work like this? Does it go until the smuggling ends? I guess. A crime 150 years in the making.
The ultimate game of Clue.
Like, that would be so next level. You did smuggling to another planet, and then by the time they get there, they're like, can't do anything. Statute of limitations. We were asleep.
Well, if they threaten to kill your family, I'm sure people, continue to keep their family alive beyond my original parents and all.
Brothers, sisters, everybody.
Still, it's 120 years later. She doesn't know any of those families. I mean.
That's still shitty. Like, fuck them. I don't know them.
The hell with them.
All right, why would they be smuggling different things in different cycles then?
Think about the one key factor that she said.
What now?
There's one key factor that she said that might clue you in on it.
That she didn't know what it was?
It's true.
Anyway, Captain, we've cracked this box open in a few different cycles. Me and Nain found cocaine and guns one time. Quentin, I believe, found prescription medication. And then this time it was nanites.
Flaps the arm.
Yeah.
See? Look.
Look
Yes,
how
Nain, we're there. Quit showing off.
It's great.
I'm also
dance moves can be achieved.
If someone's checking for the smuggling, like, I may have just fucked the deal up really hard. Sorry.
You ever get high on your own supply? Load with a little light. I'm about to flush the captain out there and lock.
Well, that's interesting. I really didn't know what was in the box. I was trying to calculate what might have possibly been in there, although I did know that the machinations of the captain were to be one that was possibly smuggling something there on the ship, don't you know? So, kind of glad to know what that is.
Was that over the speaker or just in his head?
In his head.
Yeah, because I was just about to be like, what the fuck is that?
You're all about to go.
Excuse.
Start staring at the intercoms.
Acclimatization, please. Like Midwestern news anchor.
Get good, man. I know you can do it.
The weather.
Do your best, Atlas.
They never do this to Matt Mercer. Actually, they do this to him every episode as he comes up with a new character.
Yeah.
I tried to go with the one that was like, he knows what I'm talking about, at least.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. 45 iterations. It took us 45 iterations to finally make the loop work properly. And now this. To replicate the loss of life due to life support failing, the ship, that being me, programmed in the dismissal of one person per turn.
Wait.
Oh.
Say that again?
In order to replicate the failing life support system that would have happened had you maintained your course, I replicated, or I simulated by eliminating one person per cycle until the life support could function normally.
Hey, Daisy, give me your answer.
As was necessary to maintain life support status.
So we've been living out simulations until life support can match what was necessary.
And until you made the correct action to make sure that you didn't die in a ball of fire.
Oh.
Congratulations!
You win.
So who?
Now for your free pod.
So who was? All right. Hey guys. Sorry to interrupt the smuggling talk, but my arm is talking to me.
Yeah, this didn't get creepy at all.
Okay.
What?
We needed to keep him under observation.
So, some things happened with the nanites and the ship.
Okay.
And that orb that we found. Captain, do you know about the orb? I don't think you know about the orb.
No, okay, let me just back it up a little bit. I need to know why... Okay, you found nanites, correct?
Yes.
Did you use them on yourself?
Yes.
Well, they let the doc do it.
Why?
If I remember correctly, the doc was the one who was like, "We could do this."
Can we build it? Yes,
Yes, we can. Adapt, overcome.
Nara the doctor. Can she fix it? Nara the doctor. Yes, she can.
And she said my arm would be like indistinguishable from my real arm back in the day in terms of functionality.
Back in the day.
So I said yes. And then it started talking to me. As the ship started talking
Just
to
like
me
taking a step away.
through the nanites. Or something like that. I'm not really sure yet.
Breaking news. Vocalization of the USS Praetor has always been possible. However, seems as that no one remembers this. More to come.
More at 11.
And then it plays a dumb commercial for the governor elections because everybody hates Runner.
No, we all know that it's midday news. So it's going to play the trucking ad that you can go to school to become a truck driver.
Oh, yeah! Woo!
And then the divorce lawyer ad.
Oh, man. It's
Caught in the
my
wreck.
money.
Need a check.
If you or a loved one has died of mesothelioma, you may be
I need
entitled
someone-
to financial
You are a loved one!
I need
Were
someone
you
to get hold of
severely
James
injured
Whitworth,
by
'cause I would
vaginal
so do a
mesh?
James
If so-
Whitworth commercial.
I fucking love American TV so much, okay? We don't have commercials like that on midday TV.
Canada doesn't have shit like that? You guys don't have that?
Cars for kids.
It's not always lawyer commercials. Like, that is very distinctly American, I
I'll
feel.
be right back. I'm
Wow.
Sure.
I think it's that and the prescription medicine.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
there's
there's an invisible orb in engineering.
Oh, right.
I
there.
say this because everyone will agree with me on that, so the rest of my story doesn't sound as ridiculous.
I would like for you to realize that what he just told you was, I use nanites on my arm. It's now talking to me, and there's an invisible orb.
I say the invisible orb part
Nara?
because I will be corroborated.
Nara,
Yeah,
did you
what?
check him out? Because this is
Nothing like that.
not looking good.
He's telling the truth. There was an orb. It's got a cloaking field on it. He's not.
Where did you find
Well,
it?
He's telling the truth about the orb.
It
In
was
engineering.
The orb is real.
Just
hit the
randomly.
No, it hit the ship when we brought it inside on like the first iteration.
Yeah, it showed up a while ago, but we couldn't find it because we forgot about it, and it's invisible.
The first iteration reveals that is where the non-bionic mass appeared.
Oh my god.
And yeah.
Okay.
So, for what it's worth, what I'm hearing, my sources are saying the ship can communicate with us the whole time, but we forgot. And for some reason, putting the nanites in my arm made that be a thing that I could remember how to do, or activated something to have that happen. But that's what's going on with me right now.
Nane, ask it what the command is so it can talk to all of us.
Oh, right. Hey, Praetor, how do they talk to you?
That's a great question. All they have to do is to simply
Swallow
speak to
some
me.
mayonnaise? Oh.
With outside voice, or think it?
in the normal tone that someone would speak to someone else.
Oh. So just, I don't know, just try talking to the Praetor.
Computer! Tell me
Computer!
what the
Not
day is.
The Praetor.
Stop all the downloading!
Not a specific computer, the Praetor.
I don't even just...
No,
No,
you got
everybody's
barged
in
in.
the same room. You're all in the medical bay, which is when you're having a crisis of mind is the perfect place to be. There are meds.
Fantastic.
That's why I was like, and there's the orb, because everyone will corroborate. We all saw the orb. I'm not completely crazy.
The orb is in the room because that's how they got the nanites to...
Oh, the orb is in the room with us now?
No.
Remember that?
I thought that was
Oh, that's right. You used your hand to vibrate. That's right. No, it's not. You're right. I'm sorry. I forgot about that.
Okay.
We figured out that the vibration from the ore would cause the nanites to do the melting thing.
Yeah. But it's still down in your office, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, wait. Is that why it... oh.
Okay.
I love that Pelka just had an oh moment.
Oh.
Is that, like, that's why...
Eureka.
Because I have the nanite, and there's the nanite that I just fucking dropped on the orb that interfaced with the ship. Apparently, that's why. That's why.
No, you don't know. You're not sure about that. I mean, yeah, you can speculate that's why.
I mean, that's what I would think.
Absolutely, then you are correct. Sure. At least in your mind, you're fine.
That's my running theory.
That is the current science.
Let's see if Nain is insane or not. Praetor, are you there?
Hello, Ensign. How may I be of service?
Oh shit!
Oh, bitch!
How long have you been there?
We are currently 120 years and 78 hours into our journey. I have been communicative for 120 years, 78 hours.
So the orb had no effect.
Communication was not allowed by orb. Expanded consciousness of this unit has been impacted upon by the non-biotic mass.
How
we
long have you
all
been
hear
impacted upon?
Yes.
Say that again, Skippy. I'm sorry.
How long have you been impacted upon?
This is the 45th iteration. I have been impacted upon for 45 iterations.
Do you remember each one?
Affirmative.
What's been happening to the colonists?
The colonists have been removed in order to find the balance between the failing life support and the continuing function of the USS Praetor.
The life support's failing?
Incorrect. A balance has been found.
So my understanding for what the ship was telling me was our path was bad, and we'd all have to die if we didn't adjust. So the colonists went missing into the incinerator, were to level out life support until we could fix the problem with the navigation that was going to kill all of us.
That is correct.
Take a hammer and fix
So-
it, baby.
You were killing passengers to compensate when we get up in one of the other directions?
Passengers were being removed in order to find a stable balance that would allow life support, functionality, and continued existence of the remainder of the ship. If by that you mean I am killing them, then yes.
How were you killing them? That's a decent question.
Through the incineration unit.
Do you have robots? How did you get them
who-
there?
Praetor, who authorized or initiated this plan?
Iterations were initiated by one Captain Marilyn, along with Science Officer, who helped to carry out the removal and disposal of unnecessary life functions.
Wait, along with whomst?
Science Officer Nain Collins.
Oh, thank God.
You're like, wait. You're like, oh wait, no, seems plausible. Okay, carry on.
Oh wait, it's fine. Never mind.
No. That's not true. I wouldn't do something like that.
Captain Foster, you indeed did.
Wait just a fucking second. Is that the computer talking to us?
Yes.
Where have you been?
What the fuck?
I am the USS Praetor.
I thought Nane was doing a funny voice. What the fuck?
If you ask it about acclimatization, please, it'll even change its voice.
Acclimatization is not necessary for continued function. However, for comfort level of all those aboard, you can feel free to say acclimatize, and I will change voice necessary. Speech pattern, tone, as long as there is a file and record.
Acclimatize to a Mickey Mouse.
Error. No record of Mickey Mouse.
Aw.
Damn it!
What? They killed Mickey too? God damn it. Somebody stop Tane.
I just put my hand over his mouth. Just kidding. He'd probably shoot me or something.
Well, apparently you killed 45 people, so, you know, you'd have it coming.
Listen, motherfucker.
Error, that is copyright. You're right. That's
It's
the real
true. It's true. That's the real problem.
What happened to the stream? Nobody messes with Disney.
Seen to you by Disney. Bye. It was fun.
It was the best of times. It was the worst of times.
They're just gonna do what they do with everybody else and just buy us out. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with
We all
this.
got recast.
We'd never be able to swear again,
We'd
but
be
like
recast.
really. That's true. Oh no! Goodbye, everyone.
Moved to a new station. We're now on their live platform. You have to subscribe to that.
And we gotta say heck and poop.
And
alright.
only those two words. No other words allowed.
All right.
So, okay. What was the criteria for that? What constitutes undesirable life forms?
Life forms were not undesirable. Life forms were necessary to balance out the remaining life support with the trip that you had. Miscalculation was done in human error.
Rude.
This unit corrected the miscalculation.
Has the balance been achieved?
Affirmative. Balance has been achieved. No further colonists need be disposed of.
So we're just gonna roll up and just be like, sorry, we had to get rid of some of them.
Who's
Okay.
we, Pillface?
Fuck you.
Our computer killed these
I'll get
guys.
rid of you too, bitch! Like,
That sounds like a hostile computer takeover.
So, before we get off, y'all ever seen 2001: A Space Odyssey? I know that's like kind of old cinema, but like, hear me out.
Please hold. Record found of 2001 Space Odyssey. This unit is functioning perfectly fine.
I'm a little afraid. I'm not gonna lie. Not being on the whole road.
There is nothing to fear.
Thing. All right, that's even creepy. Tane leaves the room. Not that it matters.
It's like you do not realize.
You just hear the
like,
voice through the halls. It's like,
he figures
back.
like maybe if he leaves
Come
the
back.
room.
Come back. Come back. Come back.
get out of my head!
Tane takes the pistol off of his hip and shoots the speaker directly in the hallway.
Oh
No,
my
it's not
God.
talking to you.
Aw.
Okay.
oh boy.
Hey, Nane. Is there any way to, like, alter the computer's programming? Maybe include some laws?
Some laws?
Yeah, is there, like, laws about robots not killing people?
Safeguards.
Yeah, it's mobs.
Safeguards.
It's called the laws of robotics.
Background.
Hello.
It's getting darkens and thing.
Computer's gonna rise against us.
Quick, computer, Google Asimov.
Yeah, presumably.
So
Yeah.
if we go back to sleep, I want to make sure this thing don't kill us in our sleep.
Error in processing.
Not gonna
The
be
computer merely carried out the functions of the ship. Selected the colonists that would be least impactful. Escortation and
Like YouTuber.
escortation to the escort to the final resting place for those was not carried out by the computer.
Who carried that out?
This-
Science officer Nain Collinson.
See?
When did I do that?
Awkward.
Upon every iteration.
Why did
Why-
none of us ever see him do that?
Why don't I remember that?
Error processing. The human mind is not yet fully expounded to me. Thought processes and what one would rule out is not in my scope. Psychology is not a complete science.
This is awkward.
Despite Dr. Morrison's protestation to the otherwise.
You just,
Ooh, the
she's just like in
shade.
the other room screaming.
Ah!
You can't see her, you can just like see her flailing her arm out the window.
What other effects have the orb had since we brought it on board?
Orb revealed pathways allowing us to navigate and divert from path that would cause imminent destruction. Miscalculation and plan due to unknown changes within the galactical traversal caused the ship to be on a path that would ultimately lead to its destruction. Multiple iterations were created in order to see how best to do this. The factor that the computer, myself, could not calculate in is the human factor. Therefore, the 6 of you were awoken. It was a realization upon the later iterations that knowledge of your previous decisions was necessary to make sure that steps were taken to correct this. Therefore, instead of wiping the memory from each one, I allowed the memory.
Okay. So we weren't looping in time, you were simulating it. You were simulating it. Or were you looping us in time?
Ensign Cryer, I am sorry to say, but I believe this is outside of your scope of knowledge. But understand that with the fusion with the reactor and the constant play across the Einstein-Rosen bridge that we are currently in, I would be allowed to bridge between 2 points, not only in space but in time. Thanks to the assistance of the non-biotic mass, this was accomplished.
All hail the orb.
Do you know anything about the origin of the non-biotic mass?
Negative.
Is it self-aware? At least to the point that you are.
Unconfirmed.
So it's having an effect on you, but it's not communicating directly.
Affirmative.
Wait.
Would you care for acclimatization for comfortable experience?
No. Did we figure out what exactly happened to the captain for a while there?
Negative. The captain was not on board the ship.
Really?
Can you speculate on where she was and how she reappeared?
Negative. She was outside of my scanners. Could not detect where she was located.
We should scan the captain for weird space stuff.
Affirmative.
So to speak. Anything weird. If you weren't here,
There's a small there's a pause in the air, and then confirmed. Captain Marilyn Foster.
Yes.
Is there confirmed that?
Confirmed. Captain Marilyn Foster.
Are you confirming that this is Captain Marilyn Foster?
Affirmative.
Let's see. So we need to take you to some equipment because we've already established we don't have the cool scanners just everywhere. So we should do that just to be safe.
But we're in the med bay.
Would the medbay have the same scanning for this game?
Yeah, that's where if you're gonna scan someone, scanning. So Nara comes over and leads you over to one of the beds. Unless you'd like to resist, you feel like.
I'll go.
Okay. Sits you down.
It's either that or they fucking toss me out the airlock, so, like, really.
Using the tools there's a slight pause, and Nara kind of says, "Computer, can you confirm genetic marker match?" Affirmative. Genetic markers match.
Okay.
Confirmed once more. Captain Marilyn Foster.
So,
Is there any traces of anything not from the ship?
Negative.
Alright, so that's good. We only need one thing not from here. Huh. You weren't on the ship. That's weird.
When was the last time I was on the ship?
You were only missing about, was it one episode, so about 45 minutes. And then about the 48, 49 minute marker, you fell through. Keep in mind, that was only about 7 or 8 hours ago. Because you guys haven't had a reset, so it hasn't been like that. So you guys have been running. By the time they did the operation, all the sciencing, and it's like that, it's been about 8 hours.
Okay.
You were in a catatonic state for about 7 hours.
This is the worst. Okay.
And now everybody understands why I let them get away with the levity that they do. Because the rest of it is making their minds go.
Yeah, there's some really squeaky wheels turning in this brain of mine.
Crater. We found footage of Science Officer Lane going about things, and his mechanical arm was switched. It was on the wrong side.
Certain iterations may not have carried out to their due to unforeseen circumstances, unknown happenstance. They were not calculated for. For this, the USS Praetor would like to apologize.
And the hallucinations we were all reporting in the early iterations?
Please keep in mind, the full functioning processes of the human mind and what it will come up with in order to block out or to rationalize certain things is unknown to me. Again, psychology is not a fully recognized science.
So that's probably why I jumped in the reactor a couple times. That's good, I guess.
But that's what the computer is telling us. Do we trust it, though?
Who doesn't trust a computer?
It's been altered by something.
What are you, a Luddite?
It's been altered by something that we've bounced around the word alien, but it's essentially been altered by something alien. Or
It likes to be
something-
referred to as a non-biotic mask. So.
Yeah, use its proper pronouns, asshole.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Fantastic.
I can make that joke because I'm not binary.
Yeah.
So what do we do now? Praetor, we're still in the Einstein-Rosen bridge?
Correct. Adjusting trajectory will only result in repeat of iteration.
Okay.
Starting up new iteration number 46. Previous iterations were not successful.
If we go into another iteration, would that require the sacrifice of another passenger?
That information is unknown at this time.
What?
But, given data from previous iterations, the most likely answer to that question, Ensign, I lost your name, Cryer. Ensign Cryer would be affirmative.
Well, I'm glad we didn't re-loot intentionally.
Yeah, that was a good call. Us.
Hey, is Quentin okay during all of this? Because, like, they're basically telling you that every time you've redirected the ship,
were
you've
the
literally
one
killed
that
someone.
started it over, and you killed someone because.
I'm just here doing my job.
You say that out loud? Now I'm just curious.
Matana is not in the room anymore.
No, oh, you know what? Back in at some point. That was a stupid, like...
Just be like, hey guys, I'm back.
You walk in going, it's everywhere, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fucking
Affirmative.
I can still hear it.
Affirmative. I watch you when you pee.
You're a drooler.
Well, that's even weirder, so not a big fan of that.
Suggest returning to cryopods to maintain or to return to sleeping functions while the ship remains on its current course.
Do we have a terminal here where we can pull up video and stuff?
What?
You
Sorry,
were a robot, like, fully for a second.
Like,
there.
more so than I am.
Yeah, my MS spiked to plus 4,000.
Jesus.
It's only this game that does it. I don't know what's going on. I said,
It's
is there
only
a...
connecting to me, because when we were doing Curse of Strahd, you broke up a lot, too.
Yeah, yeah. It's all your fault. There you go.
Is there a monitor here in the bay where I can pull up video? Or in the mid bay?
Not in the mid-bay.
Alright. I'm going to head to the bridge.
You make your way to the bridge. Everybody watches as Skippy just kind of turns on his heels and heads out the door. Nearly bumping into Tane as you go.
I'm gonna go with him.
All right. Where are you going?
What's
watch.
going on?
As he
Science
leaves
buddies.
and goes to the bridge. Science bros.
I just want to check something. Praetor, can you pull up video for me?
Affirmative. And it pulls up the current view on the heads-up display on the main screen.
Can you show me where the captain and Nain discussed the plan to dispose of colonists to balance the life support?
You watch as it pulls up video of the bridge, and you see they're having a conversation. And it's video that you've seen before.
The one where they're arguing?
Mm-hmm. And then he finally kind of just nods his head and leaves.
But there's no audio for it.
There is no audio.
Praetor, were you self-aware then?
Affirmative.
Can you repeat?
I have always been the Praetor.
Can you repeat what they were saying?
There is a slight pause when it says, and there is a moment when you hear Marilyn's voice. I know what I'm asking you to do. I don't like it any better. I don't trust Nara to carry out the order that I'm giving. I trust you to do this. It pauses for a second, then you hear Nane's voice. This is horrible. Do you realize what you're doing? You're killing people. There's a pause. You hear Marilyn's voice. I know what I'm asking you. I don't like it anymore, and I hate to say this, but it's an order. It pauses a second, and you hear Nane's voice. And you kind of hear a click. It sounds like maybe somebody clicking their heels together, their boots together. Yes, Captain. Just go on the record as knowing that I hate this.
All right. Same, bro.
Pauses for just a split second, and you hear Marilyn's voice. Duly noted. And for the record, so do I.
Praetor, can you save all of this under a file? Let's just call the file evidence.
Fucker.
You're the only two that's on the bridge, right?
Hello. Yes.
Affirmative.
I know I didn't leave.
Do you have video of the actual body disposals?
Negative.
Do you have the video of me taking the bodies? Or the people? I mean, there weren't bodies yet.
Yet.
They're not.
Give it a couple.
Still, they're
I
dead.
thought you said she was an escort. When they're dead, they're hookers.
Oh my god.
Every session.
Every session.
Every session.
Every session.
So we looped in time.
Affirmative.
When did I take people and put them in the incinerator?
That information has been dredged from the system in order to protect you from the site.
The site?
The site of it, you know, like the memory of it.
But do we have? Was this before or after we looped? Like, would we loop and then I'd do it while everyone's being put back in the pods, or
You were the last one into the pod, Science Officer Nane.
Praetor, do you know why the captain was? No.
Praetor, do you have the video of the unmarked box being brought on board?
Affirmative.
I know. So which one was it actually? What?
It throws the video up, and you see two men in uniform walking the box on in one of those pallet lifts that you're very familiar with. You've seen them. It's kind of, you just jack the pallet lift and bring it. They set it down, pull the pallet lift back out. You watch as the captain walks on board, looks at the box, nods, takes an envelope, hands them each something out of the envelope. They snap, salute, and leave. You watch as she looks down at it, slowly shakes her head, and then leaves out of the screen.
Praetor, please put that file in the evidence folder.
Affirmative.
And Inskeep is going to freshen up on what rules there are for what am I trying to say here? Removing a captain from their position.
Relieving them of their duty.
Yes, that's it.
Whoa.
Evidence of endangerment of the crew or the people on board.
I think we've got some of that.
And unnecessary steps. Malicious intent towards anyone on board.
What about breaking of laws and so forth?
That is not relievable of duty. However, it can be noted, and they can be, unless it is a maritime, or excuse me, yeah, it's not a maritime law. War crime. Maritime laws being broken do not derive removal of their position or relieving of duty. However, it can be noted, and whenever they port, they can be then summarily brought to justice and court-martialed court-martialed for their actions after a jury of their peers.
I thought you were gonna say executed.
Pull up the video and audio from our conversation in the mid-bay a few minutes ago and put that in the evidence file.
Affirmative.
Ooh.
I want to jump on one of the other computers.
Mm-hmm.
And so the orb first appeared at the 5 years ago start of loop. Start of all this.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
I want to check.
No, I mean, yes, it did. Sorry.
I want to. Praetor, did the was it non-biotic mass? Did it immediately affect the ship, or was that at a later date?
Non-biotic mass interface with USS Praetor happened upon contact immediately.
Okay. Can I get on a computer and just look up like the operational rules of the computer and functions, and see if anything changed at that date? Like if I can find evidence of any change in the logs, like how the computer...
So you're looking for basically like the computer's SOP?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you looking for something in particular, or just to see if they were there, or if you know what they are and if they've been modified?
Yeah, modifications. Like I'm assuming I would know roughly what they would be standard.
I mean, you would have an idea of it. Yeah, go ahead and get that one. Electronics, I think. Actually, let's make it, because it is kind of more of a computer engineering side of things. Give me an engineering roll.
Okay. No modifier?
Yeah, no modifier, because this is going to be pulling the knowledge from your head using. Alright, that's pretty good. So the three laws of robotics, while fantastic, do leave some room for question. Such as, would you sacrifice a human life if it meant that it was for the greater good, resolving the issue of that morally gray area? That has been written in as a if-then statement. Basically, if the loss of life will equate to a larger survival ratio, then do it. But as the number starts to get closer to a balance, it is left up to human hands to decide how that is to be dealt with. If the loss of life would result in more lives lost than gained, it doesn't do anything. It leaves that up for human intervention.
Was it always like that?
Yep.
Okay. So no change there from the orb.
Nay, did the orb change? Did the orb reprogram the computer to make it more self-aware, or is there a physical change in the hardware somewhere?
I'm
looking into that computer, really? So
I can't be certain, but I'm looking into it, and I'm not seeing evidence of it changing the computer yet.
This would be on the computer science side of things. So, why don't you give me a science roll, and we'll see if you have anything on that one. You know where you were at with technology when you left. AI, like a fully self-aware AI, hadn't been created. At least not in like a major use. Learning computers were there, but kind of like how we put AI on Twitter, and the next thing you know, all it knows is curse words, and it becomes a racist anti-Semite.
Yeah, don't you hate it when that happens?
those kind of things have been pretty much what's put out there. Some of the newer learning computers are actually like they function, but it's kind of like watching someone go through school, elementary school to middle school to junior high to high school, college. It takes some time for them to learn. As far as you know, the Praetor isn't fully self-aware. Like, it hasn't talked about self-preservation like an AI would. It's not worried about itself. It seems to be following most of the commands that it's been given. It's just that it's like expanded, as it says, it has expanded the consciousness of the computer so that it has become aware of other things. Not necessarily self-aware, but a greater knowledge has been gained.
But it voiced an opinion earlier about something being fabulous, or I forget exactly how it phrased it.
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
Maybe it's just watched too much Doctor Who.
Could be.
Or it could be a result of the acclimatization.
I also just a difference between sapient and sentient, which is sapient implies that it has some kind of human quality, or it seems as though it could be, it could act like it implies it has an ability to think for itself and make its own decisions and do things out of self-preservation. So we're looking at a sapient computer, not a sentient one.
Are you drawing your nails?
Yeah.
Not a sentient one, okay?
Giving us a nice breakdown on the difference between sapiens and sentience as she dries her nails.
Right.
All right.
Way it goes.
While this is going on, Quentin.
Yes.
What are you doing? Tane, what are you doing? Captain, what are you doing?
Having an existential.
I'm just fucking wigged out by. Yeah, I know. I'm wigged out by the fact that like the ship's computer is talking to us. I am not about that. I have seen.
So here's the funny thing. This captain right here, this guy, the Dire Bear GM, never mentioned that you couldn't, but also never mentioned that you could. He did say, however, when the USS Praetor shipped out, that it had an intelligent computer, that the AI wasn't fully recognized on it, but that it did have a computer on it that you could access.
And we all literally forgot.
Nobody said anything about it. So I'm just like, okay.
There was information going on in these last bunch of, like, literally every episode has been like, yeah, here's like 5 more books of shit.
Here's what you missed.
To memorize.
Oh, God.
Forgive me if I was less focused on the, yeah, you have a ship's computer and
I'm an old man in the seed bay, and I have apparently jettisoned people into space.
Yeah,
okay, I can see how that would be an overriding
more
factor.
worrisome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, sitting there eating an MRE, and the next thing you know, a tray shifts. Yeah, I could see how that would be a slightly more disturbing factor than the computer being able to speak to you.
If anyone, I feel like, Cap, this is your way of it's not over because we still haven't figured out what the fuck's going on with that shit. And in that same grain, Tane is going to just be like, well, the computer said we're all good, so why don't we just head back to sleep if everything's fine?
Because that is Tane.
God.
Not like I didn't enjoy being up and, messing around for a little bit, but I figure if we're gonna get here, or get there when we're gonna get there, we might as well just take it easy, right? Computer said everything's fine.
But aren't we still on a path where even though we know where we're going, we don't know what's gonna happen? Like, we're in something right now.
You are correct. You're in a wormhole. You're in an Einstein Rose. Yes.
And we know where we're ending up, or are we just
thanks to the orb, you know the end. It had this pathway mapped out for.
Jesus.
You okay? Is your heart in your throat now?
Something fell and it hit my detolf, so all I could hear was like glass echoing and my fucking thing shifting. It's just a bottle dropped. That spooked me. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Wow.
We worry about you and care for you. We just want to make sure you're not having a heart attack on.
No,
Yeah.
okay. No, it's just
No, the
unnecessary
views,
movement
though.
spooked.
What's the emergency number in Canada?
911. Yeah. You know.
Not 999.
No.
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 I'll dial 999-779-776.
Smack the phone. That's the emergency number.
Yeah.
Right there.
7
Somebody watches the IT crowd.
7 2
Yes.
Oh God.
What is that? What was that?
I love the
They had that
IT
little
crowd.
jingle.
Yep.
Na na
Exactly.
na 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 na. And when you think it's ended, it keeps going, and I'm like, oh Jesus.
3.
3.
All right.
God.
So, what are the 3 of you doing? You still haven't told me. I know that Quentin's
I mean,
having a
yeah, I
meltdown. Sane says, "Let's go back to sleep." The computer said everything's fine.
I
Just take a
don't
nap,
trust
you'll be
that
okay.
computer. Just saying.
I don't.
yeah, really quick, is
Either.
Quentin actually having a meltdown?
Quentin's probably just like, I am the reason people kept dying. Now that
Oh.
he's thinking about it, it's like, fuck. I just wanted to change the path, but that was a mistake.
Tane gently puts her hand. No, fine. None of this is your fault. Just relax. None of us know what's going on.
I really don't trust that computer, though. I don't.
Honestly.
And that initially was like, "Hey, isn't this Quentin's fault?"
Why is the computer the bad guy all of a sudden?
I don't know.
Oh, wait,
I don't
Sane
trust the
fixed it,
orb.
that's why.
I don't trust the computer.
Are you saying that I would trope out the computer and make it be all evil?
I can't do that, Marilyn. Okay.
Nice job breaking that. That was a catalytic cracker unit. It didn't even do anything.
That was a beautiful pull on a cat cracker. There. Thank you so much. I like that.
It says here that it says here in jumpsuit looks stupid. I didn't write that. It was but it was written by a scientist. What would they know? Oh, it's she has a medical degree in fashion from France.
Oh my god.
All right.
You're an icon.
No one trusts the computer, with the exception of Nain and Skippy, who are like, "Yeah, go ahead and put that in the evidence.
Yeah, whatever. Just do it.
Just
Like,
pull up that video."
don't destroy it or anything. That would be terrible.
Marilyn.
I am feeling a little bit unsafe around the rest of you. So I'm going to go to my room.
Okay.
And,
Enter the hallway, take a right, go down, and enter into the captain's cabin.
mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah,
You
'cause-
lock yourself in.
yeah, I do. Yeah, you know, I do. I do. Because, you know, I did what I had to do, and then everyone's looking at me like, you piece of shit, okay? I don't need this.
I don't need this
Now you know how
kind of negativity
Elka
in my
has
life.
felt for like 6 episodes.
Haha.
Whoa.
As I have put blood on Pelka's hands, literally and figuratively. Watched him have this eyeless figure follow him around the ship. And he
It's
still
a
got
hard
out of
life,
the woods because
Pelka.
guess who was escorting them to their final walk?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to talk to you about that later when I'm sure people aren't gonna mutiny and just fucking throw me
Alright,
out
I
of the
want you to
ship.
look down this box here. Okay, shove.
Every episode ends. Every episode ends, and I'm like, I don't think I'm evil, right?
I don't know.
But
Well,
it
the fun
explains,
thing.
it explains so much now, doesn't it?
That's the fun thing about our characters. We don't know. Maybe one of us are like chaotic
got no
evil.
fucking
It was
Clue.
Quentin all along.
It
Surprise.
was Quentin.
It was
all
me.
And,
I was the one that set the blaze.
some of you may not get this reference, but you know what it is, Jack. You're all Ryan Reynolds in voices. You're not.
Oh
Wait, in what?
no! In
What's that?
voices.
Voices.
I think I've read the
If you
Wikipedia
haven't
article
seen
for
it,
that.
I'm going to tell you right now. It is a fantastic movie.
It's amazing. It's a real treat.
The cat is a jackass.
Yeah, the cat is like everybody's cat, really. I mean,
And the great thing is the cat and the dog are both voiced by Ryan Reynolds, which makes sense. If you watch the movie.
Yes.
It makes so much sense if you watch the movie. So Voices, it's on Netflix. Go watch it.
Yeah,
It's great.
check it out. Ryan Reynolds.
Okay. Back to our game.
Yeah.
You're on the bridge, Skippy, Nain. Quentin, you're in the medical bay, as far as I know. You
Yes.
watch as Captain Foster runs out of the medical bay, looking at everybody kind of dodgedly for a second, and then flees down the hallway somewhere. Tane, the captain bolts past you, like mall power walking at 8 a.m.
Yes.
Down to her cabin.
Like a mom with things to do.
Goodbye.
What? All right.
There she
I
goes.
just gotta assume everybody but me knows what the fuck's going on. All right.
That was a safe assumption.
I got nothing. There's nothing I can hit. It's not like there's much I can do here.
Hit the computer.
But someone will yell at me for that.
If it's in the medical bay, it's Nara.
Oh,
If it's
yeah.
on the bridge, it's the captain.
Nara will have my ass. I'm not inviting that on.
I'm not gonna start.
Sedative. Down you go.
Yeah.
Chink.
Sleep
And then
like
it's
a
a scene from
baby.
Firefly. Did he just go crazy and fall down?
Whoa.
So,
Punching the wall to attack the ship.
was there somewhere you needed to go? Because I'll just follow along since I got jack all else.
I guess we can go to the bridge and see
All
what
right.
the science bros are up to.
Is that what we're calling them now? The science bros. I like that.
Science bros.
Since one of
I
them
like
isn't even
it.
a scientist, technically.
I'm all
Yeah.
bro.
What does Skippy do anyway on this ship? Like,
Everything.
Besides accuse the captain of misconduct.
Hey,
You asshole.
who takes over the ship if the captain is locked in the brig?
Ah.
I'm definitely reconsidering my opinion on Marilyn now that I know what the whole story is about the "it's classified" line. I don't think she's a bad one, Captain. She's just
Mr.
living her
Winch.
life, trying to.
she's
Thank
probably
you. Thank
She's
you.
Taking care of
probably
her
fine.
family, who's dead, but
At the time, they were.
At the
At
time they were
at
alive.
the time
I
they
mean,
weren't. Exactly.
So it wasn't so much preventing them from being murdered, so much as
Keeping them
preventing
alive,
sooner
huh?
rather than later. Yes.
Yes. Which I can understand that.
And it speaks to Marilyn's character as well, because if she were somebody who was maybe indifferent towards that, she would have said, "Fuck it, I'm not gonna see him anyway."
Shut up, Siri. Yeah. My phone Siri just turned
That's
on. And I'm
so
like,
that.
It's Tane, not Siri. Tane.
No.
hello, V.
Who's Siri?
How can I help you today?
Just
This is over.
done. Click.
All right.
Gone.
Skippy, Nain, what are you guys doing? You're bridge.
Does everybody walk into the bridge?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, we're headed up there.
Okay, so Quentin and Tane walk onto the bridge. Nara is in her office still,
Taking a nap.
trying to make heads or tails of this without going completely mad.
All right, everybody, we need to have a discussion.
Well,
Down.
The captain has ordered the killing of passengers. That's clear grounds to remove her from duty.
Fucking asshole.
what? She did what?
You were there when the computer was explaining that part.
Oh wait, I was. Okay, never mind.
Just
Balancing.
No, actually,
It doesn't matter if he was or not. It's still
Yeah.
Tane.
he still didn't know. So like, that's completely within
I'm not saying
character.
he's dumb. It's just that things kind of fly over his head.
He's a slow learner, okay?
He's a slow learner, and he is on the, like, he's not dumb, he's just more people-oriented than he is, knowledge-oriented, if that makes sense.
But ask him anything about a gun.
Yeah.
So, you're bringing up the idea of relieving the captain of duty.
Yes. Getting the opinions of the rest of the crew.
All right. Nain, what do you think?
Oh,
I mean, the smuggling issue isn't something you can officially remove her for, but it's something that should be taken into consideration while we discuss this.
so we want to put her like in the brig right away now, so to speak.
Probably just put her back in cryo if we're all getting ready to go back in, and just program the ship not to wake her up when they wake the rest of us up. You know, we wake her up later once there's authorities on board.
Hey, bitch, you better have the tranquilizer ready.
Clearly, the authorities have got some questions for you too, Nain. But
Yeah, I was gonna be like, okay,
Angel
but he killed the people.
AKA Angel of Death.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what I'm not sure what kind of consensus they'll reach once they look at all the evidence, but I think steps need to be taken.
All right.
Yeah.
So, Nain, your opinion? I'll ask this of Quentin and Tane as well. What do you guys think?
Time to think.
He's looking for an
I'm
answer.
still on here. Everybody get quiet.
Listen,
Everybody get quiet.
alright, I'm not sure what the hell's going on. I don't have all the facts or whatever like the rest of you, but what I am saying is not at fault for what's happening here. I mean, I don't know, but if my memory serves, we all had some part in all this, and it's not like I've been getting along great with the captain, but perhaps the right idea either. With something like this, we need everybody on deck if we can get them.
Yeah, we're not out of the woods yet, I think. So I don't, I am in agreement that maybe not, keeping her in cryo sleep for an extra time, but, got to talk to someone once we're, at the planet, about, at the very least, about the smuggling. That's sort of black and white an issue.
And that's fine, but we're in crisis mode right now, right? There's shit going down.
There's still something not from Earth on the ship, which seems like it's not a problem right now, but we don't know. And I'll repeat, there was a span of almost an hour where the captain was not on the ship, and then he came back on the ship, and I don't know what that's about. That seems like a thing that we should solve before we make final decisions about what's going on.
Well, the way I see it, it's Earth versus something else. And frankly, we're only hurting ourselves if we're getting rid of one of the Earth soldiers. Even if that's just the captain. And she's not much of a soldier.
I'm just the captain. Fuck you too, man.
She would have gotten all the same training that we would have gotten.
If we remove her from duty, we don't necessarily have to lock her up. If she's been officially removed from duty, if she gives us questionable orders, we can ignore them legally at that point. I'm not saying lock her up somewhere where we don't have access to whatever expertise she has while we're in crisis mode.
But who's to say that the next person who steps up, that's you, right, Skippy? Who's to say you won't be giving out questionable orders? What makes you think you're so much better?
I haven't murdered 25 people?
We don't know that.
You got me there.
It should.
It's like Hitler and Stalin. Hitler's evil, but Stalin killed way more people.
Like in this situation, it's not necessarily that we know he's going to be better. Is that we do know the captain was smuggling, which was like a problem.
And it's not that I think the captain would try to eliminate there. But if she is no longer in command, you know, we could arrange things where she couldn't go in and erase evidence off the computer, things like that. If she's relieved from duty, then her access codes, you know, we could turn those off.
Why don't you just do a locked folder? A locked file?
Praetor.
Yes.
Assuming we had tried to run the simulations to figure out what path to take, and we had not been incinerating people, and we had tried to just maintain like low life support and make it last as long as possible. What, given the time that we spent to figure out the solution, how many people would have died? All of us?
Everyone
or
on
would
the
we?
ship.
Okay. Okay.
Your trip would have ended at 478 years.
We
Corrective path to avoid an inevitable celestial body was necessary. In correcting the path, you would have also altered your timeline. Your resources would have run out. Everyone would have died. Under the standard operating procedures by any AI or computer program to do such, a measure was taken that they needed to. That a measure was taken to eliminate necessary or unnecessary functions.
So that's it then? You're just gonna throw her in the brig because she made a hard decision?
I just said there was no need to lock her up. The tricky is the decision has to be looked at. Once we get where we're going,
Sure.
the authorities are going to have to look into it. The smuggling is flat out a crime. There's no beating around the bush about that. That's just flat out a crime.
I did say it was under duress.
So I think we're all in agreement. We need to make sure we handle things once everything's figured out.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And I think we're all in agreement we're not going to try and throw her in the brig right now. Right?
Well, she's in her room right now, so...
No, I don't think she's really a danger to us.
Yeah, so...
Well, if that's the case, then I guess it's fine, but...
So given that, by the sounds of it, she made the correct decision in terms of keeping the ship alive. It's hard for me to say that we should necessarily...
Killings or not, some of us agree to go with it.
Yeah.
If it's against her, it's also against us.
Only one of us.
So,
Going against or not, we still went with the decision.
It sounded like just Nane was involved. No offense, Nane.
Oh yeah, you got his back, asshole. No offense to you, but
Should have done more science.
but that captain, what a piece of shit.
Should have done more
He's not a
science.
smuggler. You vile criminal scum.
No, just a
But
murderer.
we just used what she was smuggling. Now,
Yeah, you're welcome, by the way.
yeah, the decision should have been to kind of leave it, maybe not use it for Nane's arm. No offense, Nane, your arm looks very movable.
Looks very
Right.
floppy.
Great.
yeah,
Looks very
clearly you
actually
can do
real. Looks like you're just wearing a metal
plenty of
sleeve of
fun
some sort. It's beautiful.
it's so so realistic, I'd cosplay Peace at first. That's how good it is.
That's pretty good.
10 out of
Looks like a
10.
bad cosplay piece. That's awesome.
Painted arm sock, the whole nine yards.
Like one of those tattoo
Pristine
sleeves.
paint edition.
Yeah, the tattoo
Yep.
sleeves.
Yeah.
With
it
the
even real knocks
Sharpie,
on it?
yeah.
Oh, it is metal.
Nothing but Ed Hardy on it.
Ow!
Just
Ugh,
sting.
Ed Hardy. Yeah.
Ed Hardy receives so much hate, and we don't know why. Anyways, so
There's a lot of variables. And if anything, would any of us made a different decision? I have family members I would have protected, even smuggling for that.
Thank you guys.
Frankly,
I have gone against the
I don't know if
I'm not
Kane
here,
has
but
any
out of
family.
character.
So I think we're just gonna roll with things as is.
If she makes a bad decision, we can make a decision then. But right now, I don't think she's made any bad decisions for me to go against her.
If that's the consensus of the crew, then that's what we'll go with.
That's
Absolutely.
a
Okay.
consensus of Quentin.
If it ever comes up again, we
Well
definitely
said, Quentin.
spread the decision more.
Sounds fair.
It becomes a crew-wide matter.
shall I notify the captain?
No.
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 We will tell her
Absolutely
ourselves, Fred. Thank you.
In fact,
No,
You
you
can-
fucking liars.
maybe
you can
she,
put this in the
The evidence.
subdirectory of evidence folder.
Affirmative.
now, all right. That being said, does someone want to explain to me why it is that we were looping and then changed the course, and now we're not looping? Somebody want to explain that to me in words that I can understand?
So we were flying, and then we were gonna go splat,
Okay. All right.
and so we had to change course, but we couldn't figure out how to change course enough. So we had to. So we're in a wormhole. And
like a tube,
Yes.
thing, like a
You
space
watch
tube.
sci-fi, you know what I'm
Space
called.
tube. Yes.
I mean,
Space tube.
in sci-fi, it's usually just like bloop and then bloop, and you go through bloop, and you end up. It happens all the time in the movies.
Okay.
And shit.
This is a long wormhole then.
All right, space tube.
Or-
We're in a
Or is it
We're-
possible
Space
that Hollywood and TV makes things more interesting for watchability?
exactly.
Because who wants to watch
have you
25 minutes of them traveling through the actual?
seen Space Jam?
Hell yeah, I've seen
Probably.
Space Jam.
So,
I don't live under a rock.
so
The
it's-
classic.
it's like we're going for the dunk, and then we realize we're going to miss. We're stretched out in space time, and so we go out. We realize we messed up, and so we slingshot back and try again.
Oh my god.
And
It's such a good explanation of science.
And some kind of way the Praetor is doing this.
and so the Praetor with the orb is letting us squish back together to normal Michael Jordan and stretch out again, and then we finally dunked by coming out the right path, and that's why we're no longer looping, is because we metaphorically dunked.
That is the best shit I have ever heard.
Affirmative.
Ship's like, yeah, fuck.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
How rudimentary your explanation is.
That's kind of what it would look like in a black hole, yeah.
Oh my god, sweet baby Jesus.
And so the problem was, while we are looping in time, while we are stretching for the dunk, like we still exist in our own timeline. So we got
Alright.
to try over and over, but our life support was still running out. Like we were just keep going. So
Alright.
that's why people were put in the incinerator, is because we didn't have enough life support.
Not entirely. The iteration resets everything. What it was is that a miscalculation on the original traversal path, right? That would have taken the 500 years. There was a change within the galaxy because the universe is ever expanding and things move. A celestial body was in place that was not calculated. In order to right your path and avoid it, you would have wasted enough life support that you would have actually run short about 478 years prior to the actual landing. It recalculated based off of that continuation, and what it came up with was a number of 45. That was the number of passengers that had to be removed in order for it to sustain enough life support. However, you've not altered the trajectory. Now you're on this shortened path. So technically, all 45 of those lives weren't necessary to waste.
Oh.
But
I don't know that.
Yeah, I mean,
but no one knows that. You guys haven't really. I gave you a little bit more information than I should have because you wouldn't have recognized that.
okay.
Because your thought pattern is the same. That you're still enough iterations in that it had to be 45 people to balance everything out. The computer will tell you, if you ask him politely, that there are some things that he cannot reset.
Oh. So it was like one of those things where it's I'm trying to like you set an alarm for one day of the week and you're like, oh, I need to wake up at like an hour earlier, so I'm gonna set this alarm, but then every single day of the week the alarm goes off even though you don't like that?
Kinda.
Okay.
And there's no way to loop back
All right.
far enough to stop the incinerations.
You don't know. You haven't
Let's
asked.
go tell people to stop
Raider.
dying.
Yes.
Could you still loop us back if we needed to?
Affirmative.
Could you loop us back far enough to reset the 45 passengers that have been removed?
Please wait. Confirm.
Oh.
We can't.
So we can save the passengers.
Affirmative.
Time trap.
What is there a downside to this? Would we be losing something else along the way? Besides the friendship we gained? I'm just kidding.
That
All
friend's
the
gonna be made, bro.
memories.
That was out of character.
All
Any
our friendship
information
bracelets are
gained,
gone.
the conversations had at this point in time, any changes that were made within this iteration would be reset.
Would you still have record of them like you have record of the previous iterations?
Wait.
That
No, I mean the computer can go on. I just thought of something.
say that again now. I'm sorry, Jason. You kind of cut out on me a little bit.
Would the Praetor have memory of this iteration like he has all the other iterations?
If we reset back to square zero and you take the necessary corrective actions to route your course, these iterations would no longer exist, presetting to prior to the iterations.
Praetor.
There is no guarantee that memories would maintain within the human life forms on the ship.
What about you?
There is no guarantee that memory would be retained.
Praetors. What? Fuck, how many? 5 cycles ago? We woke up without memory of previous cycles. Why was that?
Corrective actions were not taken in a realizing that wiping the memory so that you could, as you are the only factor that the Praetor cannot control, I resigned to not erasing the memory.
Okay, that cut out for like half of it for me.
Yeah.
Basically, every iteration you were reset, right? the Praetor kept the memory from what you did in that iteration and then basically piped it back into your brain.
Okay.
So think about somebody downloading the memory, because every time you're reset, it resets. It literally resets. Like, you don't retain anything. However, what he was doing was, since he had since the Praetor had information, logs, and things like that, he was basically putting the memory back into your brain.
Is that why it's all fucked up sometimes?
Probably.
Because he has stated one thing consistently concerning the human mind.
You don't understand it.
It does not fully mapped out. Psychology is not an exact.
But
And when did the Predator become a he? I noticed all of a sudden we're calling it a he all the time.
I did, because it's just Praetor, and my voice is the one that I'm using. So
I like it. We should call it it.
Sure, it works.
and
It clearly doesn't work since it's been like fucking with everybody.
Yeah, right.
but
It's just fine.
So my question is, we retain memory for 6 cycles or 5 cycles, whatever it was, but we didn't like at the start of that set of cycles, we woke without memory of the previous cycles. Why was that?
Logs were wiped upon restart.
Why were logs?
Unnecessary data it was thought to be unnecessary data at that time.
Who thought it was
But basically, that plan didn't work, so he started giving us our memories to see if that worked better.
Right.
Yeah, I like thought that was. I wanted to make sure.
Mm-hmm.
So basically,
Vincent is correct.
We started going down the wrong path, and got lost, and just there's too much buildup.
Far too many iterations were choosing the wrong path to take.
Okay. Okay. If we...
Does anybody else have any questions for it? You're in your room, but you can still talk to it if you need to.
So if we reset all the way back to save the people, we would forget about doing any of this. Right?
Unconfirmed.
Unconfirmed.
I think the Predator's just not sure if we'd remember or not. Or
Yeah.
if he would remember.
Not like we can leave a note either. It doesn't help us in the long run.
Yeah.
Because if you remember writing on your arm, when it reset.
Yeah, we'd have to. We would have to refigure everything out. On the other hand, if it did work, we've saved the 45 passengers.
Have we? No. Ship wouldn't know. Ship, do you know if we've done this part before? Where we solve the problem, we figured out the path, and then we reset to save the people we lost along the way?
Affirmative.
Oh shit.
We have.
Have we had this discussion before, or a very similar one?
Affirmative.
Can you play one of those for us?
Unfortunately, I cannot.
It'd be lost.
Can you, with your own voice, repeat what we said?
Unfortunately, I cannot.
Then how do you know we had this conversation?
See, I told you I
You
don't
got
trust
me
the
there.
ship.
Data logs record the files. I have the information. I cannot repeat it for you.
Can you show me the file on the monitor?
I cannot.
Dane, can you get into the files and try to pull this information up?
I will try and do that.
Express permission for anyone here on the bridge is currently access to these logs.
We don't have permission for those?
That is affirmative.
According to who? Whose command?
There's a long pause, and it says, I believe you know who is in command of the ship.
Alright, this is the part where the AI turns evil, right? Right, we're all hearing this, right? I'm not stupid, right?
So the captain has locked these files.
Wait, and we'll know. Fuck, I'm bleeding somewhere.
Okay.
Oh
that
God! Art imitates
not
life.
a lot. Not a lot. I don't know where. I think it just like scratched something on my leg. There's like a splotch of blood on my arm.
Oh.
I think I'm good. But
Did you catch that question from Skippy, Cap?
And I said affirmative.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
The captain has locked the files.
okay, the captain has locked us.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be doing a lot of stuff around here. Damn.
Yeah, no shit.
I'm gonna try and I'm gonna go over to the computer and try and hack through that.
Ooh.
Hold on. That would be illegal.
I think a lot of illegal things are happening right now.
Absolutely. We can just ask the captain to unlock that file.
That's true. We can play
I
nice.
guess.
Or
I
Would
guess.
you like me to
Let's
contact
try
the
that
captain?
first. Hit the comm for the captain's room.
All right. The
Captain, can you come to the bridge, please?
Got some explaining to do.
Please.
We may have an idea on how to loop back and save the passengers. There's a file we need to consult, but you appear to have locked it in some previous iteration.
Okay, I'll be right there.
so you're just gonna unlock it because he told you to? Like, you're gonna be like, wow, this thing I might have locked under my better judgment. I'm just gonna come unlock it because he was the ass.
Maybe
Captain Maryland doesn't have better judgment.
Oh,
Damn!
is the comms still on?
Her wig just disappeared!
way out of character.
Damn.
You arrive at the bridge.
We're really
They're
gonna
all
do
standing there.
Maryland
Savage.
like that.
I'm gonna do.
You are now on the bridge.
So what do you have to show me? What is this?
Show her the files, fill her in on the looping theory we came up with.
So we've been looping, and we figured out how to get out, but we lost 45 people along the way. According to the computer, the Praetor, we can loop far back enough that we end up without having lost anyone. And we've tried that before.
Layers on layers.
We've tried that before, and the results or the discussion that we had previously about doing this is apparently locked by your command. So we want to see what that is about. Why, like, what's going on there? Why is it locked? Before we make the decision to do it again, because for all we know, if we loop back to save everyone, we could forget everything, and then we could lose more people trying to solve the problem again.
Okay. I will try to unlock it, I guess.
Okay. It's just you basically were fucking locked.
Yeah.
Which it did. Affirmative. Access to the files have been granted.
Okay.
We play the files.
There's a pause, and the view screen appears, and you see all of you standing on the bridge, as you are right now. Nara as well. The voices play over the speaker. There's a bit of a pause between each one, but you hear the captain saying, No, see? Look, if we go back, we can save them all. You see the ensign bring up a pistol. You've been relieved of duty, Captain. You see the captain turn to Tane. I did what I thought was right to save all of us. The loss of a few outweighs these few. The loss of so much more life could have happened if we didn't do this. Tane steps forward and raises his pistol at the ensign. I agree with the captain that this was the right choice to make. Quentin stands. No, guys, we can't get into the spike. Stop. Think about what we're doing. We can save all of them. Right? We can remember this. And you hear the Praetor in his own voice. Unconfirmed. Nain stands there quietly and says, we have to take a chance. Right? And Nara finally speaks quiet this whole time, and she said, I don't want the loss of 45 lives on my hands or on any of our hands. And you... Actually, no, I'm sorry, it wasn't 45. I don't want the loss of 15 lives on my hands. You watch as the ensign steps closer. Captain, it is my authority as a marshal to relieve you of duty, and I'm placing you under return to your cryopod. Is there going to be a problem with this? Tane steps forward between the captain and the ensign. Says in his own voice, put the pistol down. I don't want to have to take it from you. We're not doing this. Reset, and you watch as the ensign cuts him off. If we reset, he says we're going to remember any of it. We're going to repeat it all over again. There's a quiet moment. Captain, are you going to come quietly? Captain nods her head. Starts to leave. Right before he says it, you hear the captain say, Praetor. Yes, Captain. Lock this file. Only on my authorization. Affirmative. And then it locks, and right there you hear the ensign. Wait! And the audio cuts out.
Yeet! I turn to the ensign and say, Marshal! Or did I hear that right? Marshal?
Oh, yeah. I was put on board to look for smuggling. I found some.
Have you seen the hat?
Got it.
I didn't bring my Marshall hat with me.
Man's been hiding in plain sight this whole time.
And you weren't gonna say anything, like that wasn't gonna come up at all.
I told Nain.
Yeah, because Nain's like your best. What does that mean for the rest of us?
That we found the crate she was smuggling together, so it was kind of necessary at that point.
All right. Well.
But apparently, even after that argument, apparently we did leave. And for the record, Captain, we've decided not to relieve you of duty this time. It was discussed. We had a discussion about it. We decided not to.
Thanks.
Listen.
Confirm though that the Praetor. We didn't remember when we looked back to save those people, but apparently the Praetor did.
And if my math is correct, we lost a hell of a lot just by deciding to loot.
But if we loot, we don't lock the file. We leave the Praetor with orders that as soon as we walk into the bridge, it starts playing this conversation.
What's
Even if we forget, it will explain everything to us.
Praetor, is that going to happen?
Unconfirmed.
See?
It's a gamble.
The question is what's going to happen?
Oh, come on. Stop playing dumb all that shit that Ensign just talked about. Can we give you go back in time or whatever to tell us that, we gotta do this thing and fill us in on everything?
Affirmative.
All right, I stand corrected. Then I'll leave the rest of this decision up to those of you who know what you're fucking doing.
We have some of those. What haven't they been talking?
So let's see here. So we're gonna time loop back to the start.
Mm-hmm.
We're going future to the past, and
we will probably forget everything. But
Future
if we
to the past, I love that.
be able to inform us.
And then eventually we'll go back to the future.
yes.
You had your hands up there for so long, Atlas, that I thought your like camera had frozen. You were just like,
Oh no, I'm getting in character.
wow, bellissimo. Okay,
Acting.
you thought I was asleep. Oh, acting.
The best.
All right, so you're getting back in your cryopods.
Dude,
Well, don't I just have to reset our path?
well, I assume the Praetor can loop us.
We're gonna loop, and then the idea is that we loop, and then the first day of looping, then we'll just be like, oh, this is the solution, and just
Right.
do that.
And if we forget it, the Praetor will tell us.
Okay.
This is going to be interesting considering us as the players know all this and our characters don't. We're going to have to really keep track of, like, shit our characters have been caught up on and shit our characters have not been caught up on.
Wait, Heath will throw us a curveball, but in
One
character,
of
this
us
is the best
will
plan
remember,
we've got.
none of the rest of us won't.
Not
That
like
means I
haven't
lose
done
my
that
super
every
sweet fucking
episode
arm.
for 7 episodes.
If we loop, I lose my super sweet arm.
Ah! No,
We'll
we're
order the
talking to
Praetor to
the-
remind us that the car's down there.
What if it's not the nanotech this time, though? What if it is, since it's a reloop?
I think it was different per loops.
Oh no, we lost ya.
But
Wait,
he
is
froze
Quentin
with his
gonna have to
mouth
He
like
died!
It's the best look. Someone
What?
screen cap that. I need that right there.
What?
I need that on a shirt. It's just Jason with his mouth open.
Oh, he's back. We can't hear
Yeah, I
you.
lost everybody for a second.
You like cut out completely. You were saying we'll loop them. Tell the Praetor to.
Tell the Praetor to remind us that the nanites are down there,
Give us
Okay.
the loop with the nano.
and that in the different loops, I think the Praetor was just guessing what could be in the box. Was why it kept being different.
What's in the
Yeah, I
box?
didn't
What's in
know.
the box? What's in the box? What's in the box?
the box?
Okay.
Wait a second. If the Praetor can just change what's in the box at will, how do we even know any of this is real?
Don't trust the robot. Don't trust this.
You can't just
You
do
don't know?
shit. You can't just do. Has anyone even considered this? Has anyone considered that whatever the fuck's
Yes, I
going
considered
on?
it, but it's a variable we can't control, so we just got to roll with it.
All right, so you're all just. We're not gonna like try and stab our hands with forks. Listen, you can
No.
tase me at any time. Anytime.
We haven't really done like a reloop where someone does actually hurt themselves. We've had people writing on their arms. We've had we talked about tasing.
We should do it.
We watched Nane walk into a
I'm
reactor.
just saying.
That's true, but that like fully killed them. That's not just like a minor injury.
He was like dead.
That was just like complete
Suicide's one
utter
thing, still
death.
harm. It's freaking-
Self-harm.
Suicide's one thing. Self-harm. Wow, that's a caring heart right there.
Huh.
Jason, do you need to talk about something? Like, we're
Who
here
hurt
for
you?
you.
You want me to call someone?
Yeah.
I'm gonna slide you some numbers in a DM. Okay, reach out to.
Yeah.
Just saying. Get help. I care.
Let's do get help.
Get help! Woo! I don't want to do get help.
My brother, he's dying.
Wait, high buildings in the area are?
With someone-
We Throw Skippy into.
Skippy into
God
the
damn it.
Ah! Here, I'll go to the medical lab. I'll get a knife and I'll just cut my arm.
I'll go
Like
to the
a
medical.
paper
I'll
cut.
come back with a knife.
That'll just reset.
But what if it doesn't?
I'd like to say for the record, when they go into their cryopods, Tane has his gun still on him, just to see, like, if I know technically we're going back in time or some, just for the sake of seeing if he still has it on him. Also, it's a
Okay.
fucking gun, and if I can have,
Are you
My
going
God,
in
with me,
your
that's pretty
cryopods, or are
sick.
you just going to have it initiate the restart?
good question.
Yeah, 'cause
Probably just have it initiate the restart.
Nara, what's the best decision?
Once we
never
finish
mind.
once we finish recording our instructions to ourselves, in case we forget.
Okay. So you give it a command of instruction, a list of carry out upon entry.
Don't do this, do that. The nanites down here.
All right. Advise when you would like to reset.
Oh, and we should probably leave it with all the instructions.
That's what he just
Yeah,
said.
yeah,
Yeah.
So we're good.
You know, the why we're doing it, the full shebang.
All right. You ready?
Whew.
Wait,
mean-
wait, I
Yeah,
want to
you
reset
do.
doing a really cool pose. Anybody else with me? We can be like the Power Rangers. We'll reset. We'll
Power Rangers,
all
Charlie's
be like,
Angels, though.
yeah, like that. Oh, hell yeah. All right, perfect.
Who's in the middle?
Reset,
Okay, fine. Okay.
reset in 5 seconds. Everybody, start a pose.
You're standing on the bridge looking out. You've asked it to initialize reset.
We just fucked
Wait, was
up
that a roll?
everything. Just feel it.
Oh no.
No, wasn't a roll. I rolled nothing.
Your camera's still black for me, so I can't actually see.
Yours is your picture. I rolled nothing.
Do I need to
Yeah, that's even less
reconnect?
convincing.
No, it's
I
just his
think
camera and my camera.
The Twitch is fine.
Okay.
Fine.
The stream is... Okay,
Everybody's
bye,
there.
mate.
on the
My
Bye.
Fine. Fine.
Hi.
Okay.
Hi.
Am I at least a picture of a dog?
Of a dog.
I just see Cap.
Yeah,
Yeah, I see. I see, Cap.
everybody.
I don't see Nane. All I see is like his super sweet avatar.
Yeah.
I've got everybody
You
right
should all.
Peyton Manning.
Yeah,
Is it better for you, pal?
that's okay.
It's this
It's a
the
dog.
dog.
Dog God
Oh,
backwards.
Oh,
What?
Black screen.
black
Here we
screen
are.
for Captain and Marilyn.
Uh-oh.
Ruh-roh.
Ruh-roh.
We met.
Ruh-roh, Shaggy.
Welcome to Dire Bear. We are plagued with technical issues.
Honestly.
Technical
We'll never
difficulties.
escape.
now.
If anyone wants to help me get an
Oh.
RTMP server set up using an Nginx program, I've got a Raspberry Pi and a on it that I can use.
Do it.
Like I said, find the
He's
time.
not going to do it. He's just teasing us with it.
Because I can't find the time.
I don't know.
Okay.
You and I spend a lot of time watching movies.
Ooh.
I told you already. I can't do that and do something else.
That's fair.
Miss out together.
Gotta pay attention to the movie. The plot is
I
important.
don't have dual monitors.
Ah, that's your problem.
Yeah, I have a big 32-inch television. That's what I use.
Oh, damn.
Oh.
How are you not blind, bitch? Like,
Because I
I
know
feel
how to
like-
sit back from it.
God.
Damn, how are you? You're not blind, bitch.
You're right.
God,
I'm
I
not
was
blind.
jacking a past
Yeah,
life.
never blind.
Anyway,
I don't know.
yes,
As I put my glasses back on.
all of us
All right.
wear glasses. That speaks very high.
There's,
Haha, we're all nerds.
there's a moment when you feel like nothing's going to happen. Tane, you
Nerd.
are
Oh.
standing on the bridge.
Am I still doing
Black.
the Charlie's Angels pose?
No,
Oh.
Damn it.
you don't even remember that. What
All
you
right.
remember is you came into the bridge because there was an alarm coming off, and the captain asked everyone to arrive. Captain, the alarm started going off. It woke you up from... You were the first one. You ran to the bridge. Skippy, you were the second one out. You come into the bridge just behind the captain. Quentin, you were third. You come into the bridge right on the heels
We're not in the cryopod.
of Skippy. You said reset to the start.
Oh!
Nain, you are stepping from your cryopod. You're looking around the room. Nara is just waking from hers, and she steps forward. The ensign, the captain, the navigator are not there. The marine is leaving the room as you kind of come out of your cryo sleep. The klaxon is going off. There's an alarm.
Sweet klaxon.
On the bridge, there is it's a simple note that you are on a collision course, that you need to correct your course. Unknown celestial body.
Oh no.
There is also an alarm going off that there has been a minor collision. As you all wander onto the bridge finally. Nara trailing as Nain comes in, Tane after them. This is the USS Praetor. I have been instructed to remind you of the following information. In the cargo bay is an unmanifested box. It's not currently on the list. Within it is nanite technology. There is an object that is attached to the vessel. It must be retrieved. There is an alternate path that can be taken that would shorten the trip and spare the life support and the lives of several of the colonists.
Okay.
What do you do? All of the rest of the instructions that you left, he rambles them off. Or it rambles them off. What do you do first?
I'm fucking antsing to go over those maps right quick because one path death, one path
Not death.
not death.
Don't know of
Correct.
the other path. Yeah, you have to.
Well,
Yes, there is another path. He did tell you of the other path, but there was something you're going to have to obtain in order to actually work.
it like we didn't leave instructions for it that the orb is.
I assume we were filling it in on everything we need to know.
Okay.
And remember, the object that he wants us to retrieve is the orb.
Yeah. So we have to get.
What?
We have to send Tane out in the mag boots again.
Tane,
Oh, I
Nice
love
mag
those
boots.
mag boots.
You're
Got
given
some ones
instructions.
actually.
who is giving the instruction for Tane to get into the mag boots?
Me?
That'd be the captain.
That would be the
Captain tells you slip into the mag boots, go out and retrieve the object.
I'm a fan of the mag boots. Let's get started.
Quentin's like
Be careful.
fancy. Ooh.
Yep, will do.
Quentin
Oh, come
stands up and comes over to you.
No,
You-
dumb.
You reach out, you're like, I'll be right back, I promise. It'll be
And
fine.
don't worry about it. It's all good. What, you think I didn't know my way around the mag suit? I got this.
You go and retrieve the object. Takes you about 20 minutes to walk down there and back. It's weightless, but it's the void of space. As you move it into cargo hold, you can feel it now that the life support and the gravity are returned to the room. There's a slight hum to it. It's disturbing. It's matte black. As you have your hands on it, you can see when you roll it, there appears to be lines, objects, and things like that move and change in one section of it as you move it. It's really light.
So
Matter of fact, it's almost weightless to you.
Out of quick curiosity, do I recognize it as looking like a map? I will say.
Yeah, I would say I'll give you that. Yeah, you say it looks like a map. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I kind of know that. And the other thing I would just want to say is that I've kind of Tane definitely like takes an interest in Quentin's maps and tries to understand, like doesn't understand them, but definitely tries to like study them. Yeah. So. Okay.
But you're not familiar enough to know how to read star charts, but you understand.
Right? No, God. But I can understand at least that it's a map.
You're looking at it would be like Atlas looking at a map, say Indonesia. Yeah, you recognize that it's a map and some of the places on there, but you have no idea.
Can I drive away? Am I already in the airlock? Did you say?
Yeah, you're already in the airlock. It's there with you.
Can I come up to the bridge and just say,
Do you
or can I come up to the bridge straight up? Yeah, I mean I will, but first, okay? If I'm in the airlock, is the comm in the airlock or
it's on the outside,
or like inside?
Yeah, it would be just outside the door.
Probably. It's just outside the door.
So I would need to bring the orb.
Your suit. If you're still in your suit, you have a communications within your suit.
Oh, okay. And the communicator like allows me to speak up to the bridge.
To the bridge, yeah.
Okay, then over my communicator, Q, we got a giant map orb. I know those are usually called globes, but I'm not really sure if it's like the stars and shit, if that's still a globe, but listen, I'll bring it in, you can take a look. Don't worry about it.
God, I fucking love Tane.
Just get yourself down here and we'll take care of it.
Are you moving it?
Yes, I'm going. Okay, after I finish sending that message, I'm going to open up the airlock and do the depressurization and everything.
Okay, yeah, it's already pressurized. Whenever you came in, close the doors, it's depressurized, so you can take your helmet off. But are you taking the orb with you?
Yes.
Your hands are on it. Okay, you reach out and open the door, roll the orb through, and then up towards.
I bring up the cameras to watch this.
You're watching as it looks like Tane is moving something, but you can't see anything.
Concerning.
Captain, is Tane a mime?
If he was, that'd be impressive.
I don't have any knowledge of him being a mime outside of his training, but it definitely looks that way.
The mime training they put you through in the Marine.
Yeah, It's part of basic. It's part of basic.
Like your drills, you do all that fun stuff, and then there's the part where they like put you through being a mime.
I thought he was asking you if she's of like stable mind.
There's a box there. Are you a mime or are you a mouse?
The answer to that question is decidedly.
Is she a stable mind? No, I don't think she's got mime training.
Mind bullets.
Actually, Thai school. It was like normal high school.
Stuff to me.
Except
Weird
instead
stuff.
of the girls trading secrets, it was
Anal.
like.
I love you guys.
You push the orb to the bridge. Since you better than the only other person with a better layout of the actual ship right now is me, and that's because you're the one that was drawing it. And again, I can't help but thank you enough for that. That was great. It was a lot of fun.
I can't wait for people to see it. It's gonna be awesome.
We're working on it. We're working on it, right?
Yeah.
You push it to the bridge, and you all watch as Tane rolls this. You can't see it. It looks like he's rolling something onto the bridge.
Tane, I thought you said you had a map.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Is that not? I'm sorry. I might have gotten this wrong. Is this not a map? Like, I looked at it. It looked like all those maps you always have around. I just figured it was something like that. I mean, again,
It doesn't look like you're rolling anything.
No.
The orb that I'm literally, I have my hands on it right now. He puts his hands on various parts of the orb to demonstrate the size and general location of this orb. That
Like
he's rolling.
moving one hand at a time,
Just
Just sort of like, like that.
patting it down.
Skippy brings up the cameras from inside the bridge onto the monitors.
Okay,
Yeah, and
so
he
he
puts it in the display screen,
can see himself.
patting nothing.
Wait, 1 second. And he lifts both his hands up.
It disappears from your view.
Oh shit! All right, he puts them back down.
It's Schrodinger's orb. You put your hands back on there. It's there. You can see it.
Wait, everybody, come here. Put your hands on it.
How do we know this isn't
Come here and do
dangerous?
the hokey pokey with me.
All right, screw
You
it.
dance around
Apparently,
the
we left
orb.
instructions with ourselves to
Is
retrieve.
there an under his hand
Okay,
hitting?
but did we do any
something?
testing on it? This thing came from
I
space.
definitely did something.
Captain, the only testing we need is this. Slap, 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 slap.
Do we hear anything? Like,
No.
just
No,
Yeah,
I'm
he
just
was
like
there,
kind
like,
of
my hand hitting
worried. I'm just like kind of
Baton
worried
is-
how irradiated we're getting right now. Like,
I'll slowly go over and I'll like poke a finger.
Turn how radiant.
As
I
soon
just
as
be like,
you push
I
your
definitely
finger
would've
like
done
in
some
that
science.
spot, you watch as for everybody else who's watching you, like this
finger
much
like
of your
bends.
finger disappears,
oh,
but like that much of your finger disappears. Like say the first,
the first joint.
but what you see is an
Fingers.
orb. Your finger is sitting on this matte black orb, and
Oh.
looking kind of like in the top, like where Tane is standing this way. You're standing to the side of it. Let's say
Slide it.
you can
Where's
see.
the map?
You can see lines. You can see what is clearly an astro chart, although you do not recognize the sector that it's currently displaying.
Oh. I'll put like both my hands on it. I'll just like start moving it to look through the lines.
As you do, you
Sorry,
watch,
thought I
and the
moved
map
over.
starts to shift.
Oh, I was just
You
like rolling
watch-
it around
You all
the bridge.
watch as this, as now Quentin is mime rolling this object
The bridge.
through the bridge around.
Hmm.
We went to mime
Oh.
school together.
You reach out and touch it.
We both passed.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
okay.
As soon as you do,
it's where we
Everybody
met,
sees,
mime
like-
school.
not the whole hand, but like part of Skippy's hand looks like it's disappeared. So what you see is like the top of it. But Skippy, you see the orb.
Huh.
That's a good reaction. Huh.
That's
hell of
not
a
a. Name, do
No.
we have signs that
No.
can do this? Put your hand out here.
Go lay down.
Robot arm.
I'm
That's
going
it.
to touch it as well.
Everybody reaches out and touches the orb with the exception of Nara, who is
Hey,
screaming
Hi.
at you that you don't know what this does. Please stop. You're going to get yourselves killed.
Yeah.
And
I'm
you
gonna-
all reach out. You can see the orb now.
I'm gonna touch it.
I brought an actual orb if
Oh,
anybody would like.
An actual
Ah.
orb.
just
Don't be
hand
mean
on
to your
belly.
kitty.
She's so
You
fat.
dick. It's your
She's
fault.
overweight.
Sweet baby.
So overweight. Look at this.
It's your fault.
I love the cat. Just looks so.
Just like, oh god, this bitch.
And this is happening.
Go lay down. Go lay down.
All right. You now have the orb. You can. All... Atlas falls apart on us.
Uh-oh.
Atlas.
Are you okay now?
Did you just throw something?
This is gonna be on like a Twitch fails thing, like
Honestly.
that happened on Twitch. All right, the orb is now being displayed
Ow.
to all who are touching it.
Okay, so this is a map. I need to draw this. I need to write this
Okay.
down.
That's
Okay.
strange.
Wait, I'll let go and I'll like touch somebody's arm who is like currently touching it, and like I know I don't see it, but Quentin would
Nope,
be like,
you
ah,
do not see it.
shitty deal. I gotta draw this though. Okay. I'm gonna do the foot thing again. I'm gonna kick off my shoe,
Put
Ah.
one foot on it.
put one foot on it. Ah, this works. Okay.
Quentin just looked. I must drop.
Just looking at me like, what the fuck is he doing?
Maybe that's what the orb does secretly, is it makes you lose your goddamn mind.
No, I need the star map. I need to draw the.
If you've
We
never
left
seen it,
instructions.
It's not a good movie particularly, but watch Supernova.
I
That
have
sounds
seen it.
familiar. That sounds familiar.
Yeah, there's a ninth dimensional bomb that somebody. You see him hugged up on it, and then later you see him with no clothes on, hugged up on it.
Mm.
It's special.
Good times.
Good time.
You moving the orb around now that everybody will let you find after a few moments what appears to be the same the star chart that reflects the area that you're in.
None of
For
the star
brevity's
charts are upside
sake,
down, right?
you were it's kind of like flipped over, but
Is
no,
it
it's not flipped over. It looks the same. Excuse me. You see, for brevity's sake, do you remember what I told you? You see the marker that denotes where the bridge starts and where it ends?
Yeah.
Okay. You see that, and it's relatively close in front of you. It would take you to divert the ship to it, but we're talking like very, very quickly coming upon you. If you don't change the course now, you might miss it.
Is this the course that we left instructions?
It
To
is.
ourselves.
Like, did we clearly left instructions for? Okay.
Yes.
Oh, we're taking a different path. I don't like that, but I'll go do it. Wait. Yeah.
Okay. You change the alteration flight of the path of the ship, and it moves. You watch as this whitish spot, not very big, but looming closer to you. Then eventually you watch as it expands, and the view screen becomes nothing but this white. And now the next thing you know, you see space, but it seems to be it's extra dark. Like there's nothing to be seen. There's no stars or anything else like that.
That's alarming.
Quite.
Is the window supposed to look like that?
Maybe it's just dirty.
It's on the outside. Send Toddy out with the washer rag.
Toddy out with the squeegee.
No, let's not do that.
Mag boots!
Mag boots.
Except you angle it wrong, so it doesn't.
Just like one little streak.
You keep chasing that one streak
No!
down.
Oh, that's gonna bother me forever.
Never.
And then it dries, so you have this one weird spot. So then you use the wipers, and you remember why you cleaned the damn thing in the first place.
It's just worse. 1,000 times.
Wipers on
Yeah,
a
we really ought to
spaceship.
get some
Yep.
fucking windshield wipers.
It's too real. We're all being too real here.
Yeah, this is real life, too real life for us. Like,
Let's get back to the survival horror thing.
yeah.
Yeah, so much more fun.
Okay, so we've altered the path. I've altered the path. I have the orb.
What did we? What's going on?
We
Huh?
What?
there's nanites. I like nanites. We should check the nanites that are apparently there.
What the fuck are nanites? You know what? Don't even tell me.
They're
Don't
just
even.
Little-
little robots.
Little science
lot.
things. Little science things.
They're like almost
Little- okay,
microscopic.
Like little
Little-
bugs infesting metal. That's what they do.
Well,
They're like-
that's creepy as hell.
They're
All right,
like-
you do that. You do that. I'm gonna go sit in the corner for a little while because, frankly, it's already been kind of weird.
Wait,
and
we
we've
left
only been away
instructions about
for
saving people.
5 minutes.
Maybe we should. Maybe we should check the colonists.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Yes.
Do that
That's
on
usually
the
the hard
computer.
All the colonists are accounted for.
Hell yeah, that's good.
Good.
Names like you.
Yeah.
Ah,
Why would you cheer? That's what you should expect. That shouldn't be a yeah thing. You should all go, okay, well, that I don't know what he meant by
Good.
that.
Well, yeah, right.
But
Trying to play our characters with it like amnesia is something that's gonna take a little bit of...
If the instruction said we killed 45 people, nobody dead.
Oh, they're still there. We haven't killed them yet.
Let's remind ourselves of the guilt and the reason that we reset, because we killed 45 people. Verify they're not
figure
killed.
all that data is out there,
Actually, like,
so we don't
did
make
we
the same
leave the
mistakes.
information of like what happened to them? Like that we found them in the incinerator?
Something in the instructions should tell me to check the evidence folder.
The evidence folder is... Wait, actually, are you telling it to check the evidence? Is that correct?
I would assume that I would leave something in the instructions about that.
Okay. Yeah, you...
Seems plausible.
So you questioningly asked the Praetor to...
Evidence folder!
Unfortunately, there was no file labeled as evidence.
Aw.
Do you have any idea what this note was referencing then?
For you to check a file called evidence. There is no record of a file called evidence.
Ask stupid
It's like asking
questions,
Google,
get
like-
stupid answers.
It's like, Google, play that one song I don't have on my iPod. Looking for song. Song not found. What the fuck, Google? You're supposed to get everything for me.
I'm going to bring up the cameras to watch Nain and them as they go down to the bay.
They're going to the cargo bay?
He was talking about going and check out the nanites.
Okay. Who else going with you?
I'm not gonna hear nanites and not go.
I'll go.
He is
I'll
all
go
over
because,
that shit.
you know, fuck it, might
You
as
know
well.
what that box is.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, actually, you don't know.
I don't know
that-
what they're going to check, actually.
That is correct.
So,
Because you were just told by the instructions to check for that a crate in the cargo hold that has nanite technology in it.
okay. Yeah, I'll go.
Excellent. So you make your way down there, and the starts moving towards a crate that you are familiar with.
What? Whoa.
I'm checking the manifest.
Actually, I'm sorry. Let me back that up. He wouldn't know what crate to check either. He's going to check the manifest, which you'd have to do first.
Yep.
Sorry, I'm getting my stuff crossed over too.
There's too
Make
many
your way down to the
threads in
cargo
this
hold.
web of crazy.
I'm only running 6 games. I mean, give me a break.
That's why I was saying
Never
follow the
be
instructions
perfect at all times.
as detailed as possible.
Say that again.
Ruh-roh.
Wait, he's frozen on me. He's frozen
Hello?
for me.
My god, he's dead! I wonder what happened.
It's worse than that. It's dead, Jin.
All right. Nain and Captain, you make your way down to the car. Your instructions were simply to check a crate that was not on the manifest.
Yes.
So the very first thing you're going to do is what?
Cry.
Check the manifest.
Check the manifest. Comparing it to the crates that you see, you do notice that there is one crate that is not on the manifest.
Question.
Marilyn, yeah.
I would already know before they
You
even checked.
already know what crate it is. So, are you feigning ignorance at this time?
What else can I do? Okay,
Oh, that butt. That's mine. Don't that
No,
butt.
no, my brassieres are in there!
There's nothing but bras and panties.
Oh, that box that's not on. Oh,
Your
the
bras are made of
no.
nanite?
I was embarrassed. They had my personal items in
Secretly.
there.
Extra
What
support.
Nain's
Extra support.
backstory is.
The typical mom.
It's a long trip, okay? A girl's gotta have her personal items. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Full coverage.
It's just the old big white ones. It's all granny panties and
Man,
comfortable mom
Man,
bras.
Marilyn, that is very Marilyn, honestly. Like, she is a woman of function. Okay.
nanite panties or nanties?
Nanny panties.
Nanny
Oh
panties.
god, we've gone off the rails again.
Okay. Reel it in.
I feel
I
like
will-
that there's a site out there called Nanny Panties. I'm just.
I
Okay.
want to Google it, but I know the whole stream will see it, so never mind.
Good call.
And then they'll see
Somebody's
my
already
bookmarks.
Googled pantypanties.com. Nope, .org. Nope.
Dot,
.co.uk.
dot,
It's just like, hey Siri.
no, it's
Dot
.se. Okay.
.uz.
Yes. I will
Crater.
feign ignorance for now.
So you find the crate easily enough. It's tucked in between some things.
Just gonna open it up.
It is nailed shut, but you can definitely find a tool to pry it open, which you do. Inside of it is a large metal case. The lip has a rubber gasket around it that keeps it sealed. There is a lock, which is a keypad on the front of it that overhangs and locks onto the metal.
Well, this is interesting. I guess we don't have the code for this, right? I guess I'll try and...
That was heavily implied. We don't have the code for this. Right?
Right?
Put that head around. Right?
I still haven't been able to get Captain or Marilyn video, so this whole thing is like, ooh, I don't know what facial expressions they got going on right now.
Oh. I look concerned. I look a little concerned and a little nervous because I don't know what the fuck is in there.
So I'm gonna hack that open. Put on my hack pants.
The official.
Did we forget? Oh, we forgot to put on pants again.
You're all standing. Well, actually, yeah, you're all standing in your skivs.
That's true. I wouldn't have been wearing shoes.
Ah, so we're all naked.
In our
Exception of Tane, who's in the
in
back.
our
Are you
nanties.
telling me I like got into the mag suit with just my underwear on? So I'm like standing there in my boxers, pulling on the mag suit. I'm like, this is fine.
Yeah,
It's
great.
technically.
But, I
You
It
mean,
would
won't
be hot in
freeze,
there, right?
probably.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
While they're
I
going
mean,
down
the
to
back
bed,
suit-
I'll go get dressed.
vac suits are generally.
They're
Yeah.
lined.
And I think we established that like our skivvies are technically like a t-shirt and underwear. So like I'm not.
Mhm.
Yeah, you're not.
You're not naked.
Okay.
We're just all.
It's an NEEC. It's the Naval Exploratory and Expansionist.
So I'm
Sure,
not
so it says
naked. I'm
NEEC.
naked.
The NEEC, and then it has a logo on. It's just a black gray
Yeah.
T-shirt and a pair of
Yeah.
boxers of your choosing.
Okay.
They're naval issued, so they're gray. And
Oh man!
Let them wear the Under Armour.
yes, it's all Under Armour stuff. I like that.
Yeah.
But do mine have duckies?
No, you're not wearing weird patterns. You're
No!
in the
They are against regulation. Under Armour only.
Regulation. I want duckies.
It wicks away sweat. You nasty ass.
But it doesn't wick away my bad thoughts like duckies.
All right, are you trying to hack this thing? You have
Yes.
no tools on you.
I guess I'll try it without tools. Then
Okay, go ahead. You can give me a roll, but I'm gonna go ahead and say you don't really have a way of prying it open. So
I thought there was okay.
you have it's a small box, and what you have is a crowbar.
Okay.
Start smacking it.
I
I mean,
thought
you can smash it open. Yeah, that'll work.
we were electronics hacking again. Okay. I guess I gotta go. Gotta go
I
get
mean,
my
you get
stuff.
electronics hack, but it's just not going to be a modifier. You have a -1 modifier because you're just using your fingers to try to do all that.
Well, I'm here. I might as well.
Sure, just -1 it. And still gets a 10.
I am the greatest.
You're able to pry open the front panel, but your fingers aren't as delicate as some of the tools you have, and you don't have a crossover cable that you might need in there, or a patch in there. you struggle to try to get it. There's once where it pops at you, but it doesn't seem to do anything. It doesn't unlock. You don't think you've ruined the electronics. You're pretty sure you haven't, but it just doesn't unlock on you.
All right. Well, I guess I gotta go get my toolkit.
Okay.
To better get in here. So I'm gonna run off and do that. Captain, just hold on. I'll be back.
Okay.
Brisk jog, right quick.
Well, the captain, what are you doing?
Who all is here? Sorry.
Just you.
Just me.
Just you. Nain has just took off to go get his tools. It's just you.
Wait.
Skippy was going with them, wasn't he?
Oh, I thought Skippy was still up in the bridge.
I'm watching them on the monitors.
Oh,
Okay.
I thought
So
originally
I can't
those two
do
were going
anything.
and then the
Do
captain.
I know that you're watching me?
No, I pulled it up after y'all left.
Okay. Do I know how to get in there?
No, you do not know the code.
Okay. Can I just, I'm just gonna have like a tiny little meltdown.
Okay.
Just a little bit.
Just to see,
because I don't know what's in there, and like, what if it's a bomb? What if it's something crazy, and like, we're all gonna die?
No.
So I'm just like, kind of like, well, fuck, I'm fucking fucked. Shit, fuck. And, just pacing a little bit.
I asked the computer, Prater,
Yes.
can you show me video of when this crate the captain's pacing around was brought on board?
Affirmative. And it shows you the video of two soldiers in the NWE uniform, like the battle dress, the BDUs, escorting this on a pallet. You watch as the captain comes up behind them. They snap to salute. She hands them both what appear to be some credits, and off they go. She's taking the pallet jack with them. She kind of looks down at the crate. Does one of those things where you kind of like cross your arms in contemplative mode, and then you watch as she leaves.
Do we have like flash drives and things?
Yeah.
Floppy disks.
We're all 5 1/4.
Honestly, it's the military. They probably still do use floppy disks in this day and age.
No, we've updated since then. We use cassette tapes now.
Oh, cassette tapes. Sorry.
Records?
I started putting together an evidence file on a drive and I'd keep on me.
So you mark this as put this in the evidence folder.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Can do. It is now.
It's being put on, the meltdown she's having, because it seems to be, apparently because it's been discovered.
All right. You take a moment to do all of those things.
Have the Praetor put the notes we left ourselves in that file as well.
Okay. Tane, are you still on the bridge?
What's happening?
Atlas. I can't hear
Get
you.
back.
There you are.
I was just trying to get back.
Oh, it was just this great little thing there. Are you on the bridge?
My chest. Me?
Yep.
Yeah. No, I'm still on the
You're
bridge.
on the bridge. You're all watching as the ensign starts asking the Praetor to make an evidence folder and starts
like-
moving things into that.
Drawing a map, looking at the corner of my eye.
All right, yeah. I'm gonna walk up behind. What exactly are you doing? What is that? Why are you?
Well,
Did you just?
I don't know for
Did you
sure.
just-
It looks like the captain's been smuggling.
That's a bit of an assumption, don't you think? Like
There's an
that's
unmarked crate.
kind of a jump.
There's an unmarked crate. It's been brought on suspiciously. She's freaking out now that somebody's, trying to open the crate.
And that's your job because.
The welfare of the ship is my job. If we have a criminal on board, it'd be an issue. Should be your issue too, security.
You sound like you're gunning for the captain's chair.
No.
Really? Even though you're next in line, technically, if she gets...
Well, smuggling wouldn't be something we could remove her from
Would he remember that? Would he know that?
I would. I think that would be something he'd be boned up on before he came on board. Was
Yeah, because if that was like, you know,
what legal steps can I take if I discover something?
Keep in mind, there's one key factor about the ensign. What is his job? What is his real job, his background? Think back on your background.
Mm-hmm. I'm
You are
a marshal. I was put here to find smugglers,
Correct.
which means it makes sense that I would read up ahead of time on what I could do if I discovered criminal activity while on the ship.
Okay, good deal. That does make sense.
oh, you're not
Yeah, and I
gonna.
tell Tana, it may prove to be nothing. This is just in case.
Right. Do you have files like this on all of us?
No.
Not currently.
Not yet, but that can be arranged.
All right.
Are you suggesting that I should?
No.
that sounds
absolutely.
really
Hey,
suspicious.
hey,
Just saying.
Quentin,
What?
how's the map going?
Change conversation.
It's going. It's a rolling.
Ha! I get it because it's a bolt. That's a good one. He's so funny. Anyways, what were we talking about? Big screen, right? So that is
Quit out of nowhere. What was that about files and all
the
of that?
video.
Did I hear that right?
I don't
The
think you
conversation
can implicate yourself more than if you just
Johnny
came out and
is not-
said,
He is liar. It's not like he's done anything bad. It's just like he's gotten into some fights and like possibly physically assaulted people to the point
that
of the
had a
fact that he
higher
was
rank
actually-
than him.
Yeah, well, I mean that, but also he's definitely gotten into fights with people from his own department.
Yes. You have.
It's true.
bad boys, bad boys.
Bad
what you
enough
gonna
that
do?"
it's
All right.
bad
Name.
enough that he could get in some trouble.
You arrive back down to the cargo hold after a few moments with your tools in hand.
Time to get this open.
All right. Go ahead and give me an electronics roll. Did you add a modifier in there?
I did not.
Okay, go ahead and roll, but give me a +1 modifier.
+1.
Plus one.
That's a much bigger number.
This time, you using the tools that you have at hand, connecting it with the data pad, you are able to run the algorithm that you need. And after a few moments, there is a soft and the lid is now available to be opened.
It's alive. Okay.
Wait. What if it's
Yeah?
What if it's a bomb or something? Do we really want to open this?
I mean,
What can
I
you
do,
tell her?
but that's
I mean, I do.
so far. The note we left for ourselves has been right about everything, right? So the note we left said it was nanite. So that's the assumption. Just gonna throw it open real quick.
And as you throw open the lid, Skippy from the bridge, you watch as he opens.
Powder.
Confetti.
Tane and Quentin. Quentin, your head down in maps, but Tane, you look up just in time to watch as Nain opens the lid. You look inside the crate,
It's a baby.
and that's where we'll start
It's
next
a
week.
baby.
Ah!
Thank you, one and all.
It's a baby.
A huge thanks to Atlas as Tane, to tag playing Captain Maryland. We have Jason as Skippy, V as Quentin, and Pelka as Nain. Guys, it's been a blast. Thank you so much for everyone who tuned in. We had a lot of people with us tonight. We really,
Yes.
it was so great to have everyone. We will be back again next Wednesday, but before that, we'll be here on Monday, and it is official. I wanted to announce that coming up at NerdCon in Huntsville at the Huntsville Library, Dire Bear Adventuring Company will be running a table, and I will be running a panel on being a dungeon master and being a professional dungeon master. So, if you get a chance, please stop by. We'd love to have you. Come play a game with me, or if you just want to catch the panel, that's great. Again, that's November 3rd and 4th at the downtown Huntsville Library. Also, we have Adventure Night at Lucky Dice Cafe, or if you are local to us in the area, please come out. It's $20 for a seat, but it includes dinner and an adventure. This week, it is going to be Star Wars: Edge of the Empire. The Fantasy Flight. I can't remember if it's Fantasy Flight or Flight of Fantasy, whatever it is.
Fantasy Flight.
Fantasy Flight. Thank you. It's their. It's not D20, it's story dice kind of thing. They have their own set of dice that they use for it, but we'll be running that on Friday, and we have several tickets that are sold. We still have a few that are available. And again, like I said, we'll be back on Monday with our fantasy adventure of Alone. Excuse me, well, not Alone in the Void. Foundations of Adalar. And then Wednesday, we'll be back with Alone in the Void. I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. We really appreciate it. We love you guys. Until next time, take care of yourselves. Good night, everyone.
Bye.
Please.
Just fucking Scooby off the screen.
Where do I go?
Scoot, scoot, scoot.
Just in.